Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
We are live.
Somewhat.
All right, all you Just for Funners, we are live. This is DJ Scotty in the house.
Redneck Steph.
And Lady O.
Lady O, so you found your name.
Yeah.
There we go. And get about 2 or 3 fingers from the mic. That way, I'm a loudmouth. I could probably stand across the room and yell. Lady O, see, I told her, I said,
That's cute.
So we have a young lady that is going to school for this and needed some intern stuff. So I'm like, come on. We want some young blood in the house and different perspectives. And she, not only is she going to learn a little bit about radio, she's going to be able to probably teach us a few things as well.
Yes.
Lady O, how about that? I'm happy. I told her, I said,
cute.
we're going to get that personality going and develop a personality. Lady O, hot dang, that's awesome. All right, so I just got confirmation that it will be over between 3 and 4.
Okay, cool.
Which is perfect because we said that we needed to turn off. We're talking about Monday, y'all. We're kind of caught in the middle of some conversations.
Yeah.
Pre-show and after the show is always a madhouse of us trying to figure out what we have going. Listen to me.
Going.
Golly, that redneck Steph. I'm telling you, man, you hang out with Stephanie and your language goes right down the tube. Yes.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
It's called a dictionary. That's what's wrong with it.
Going is in the dictionary.
Going is not in the dictionary.
Why ain't it? Look it up.
Going may be in the dictionary, but going ain't in the dictionary.
I'm going to the liquor store. That's in the, that's a sentence. So it's in the dictionary.
Just because you make it a sentence in your redneck book. And what is a redneck dictionary only has like 3 pages in it. And one of them you blew your nose in. And the other one, y'all rip out and roll up and smoke like a joint.
Shh, you can't tell nobody. God.
You can't tell nobody. I swear when the hypnotist gets here, I'm gonna be like, sir, could you possibly make her redneck? I need you to exorcise the demon and yank it out of her.
No.
I don't know.
Then it would take my personality away.
Chick, you don't have much of a personality already.
So see, I got to go with what I got.
Look, if he tried to pull that out of you, it'd be like trying to strip you of your DNA. It'd almost be impossible.
Exactly. That would be like pulling all my teeth. And, see, I have all my teeth.
So far. We have questioned whether your teeth are real or not because they're a little too straight.
Yes, they're real.
Did you have to feel them to make sure?
No, I was showing you they're real. See?
How does tapping on your teeth show me your teeth are real?
Well, how else am I supposed to?
Take them out, hand them to me. Let me see.
They won't come out.
I just wanted to see if you'd fall for it. That's all.
No, my mom's, on the other hand, would come out.
So listen, Monday we're doing the Ride for America, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, of course. And it begins just for fun.
Good Freaky Friday morning.
What's happening, sir?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Pretty good so far.
Cool.
How about you?
Awesome. Worn out. Went to my daughter's graduation last night. And it took longer getting a quarter mile up the road than it did for the entire ceremony to take place.
So you're saying the parking took longer?
Yeah. No, getting out of all the mess.
Oh, okay.
Over there at Brookwood.
Yeah.
I was smart. I parked on the curb. So that way I didn't have to deal with the parking lot trying to get out. I could just pull right onto the main road. And it's still a quarter of a mile. It took us an hour.
I saw some real geniuses yesterday. The middle school must have been doing something as well. Well, my road, everybody knows how the speed limit is, or the lack of speed limit. So all these people were trying to park on the side of the road, which you can't park on the side of the road because that's illegal. So then they tried to pull up and put their right half of their car on the sidewalk, which again is illegal. But the problem that these people did not think about in these Saturns, these Mercedes, the BMWs, is how low their car is. So while they were scraping the curb through the dead center of their car from the front of the car to the back of the car. So there could probably be a couple of busted oil pans today, some messed up transmissions. That could be all sorts of damage today. But it was interesting, it was funny for me. if I'd had more video space on my phone, I probably would have had some great video.
Yeah. Can imagine.
So what's in your day today? What do you have today?
Just trying to get stuff done. GM's kind of set me up. He's got us. Normally we about every other week load a 53-foot trailer to go to New Jersey.
Right.
And we just don't have enough product that they've sold since they're going out of business or closing the stores. They're trying to focus more on clearing out the floor models instead of sending brand new product up.
Hey, they can send some stuff this way. That red and black leather furniture would look good in my studio.
Yeah.
And it's already my colors as far as the black and red.
Yep.
Yeah, Georgia colors.
Has nothing to do. No, don't even. Why did I know that was coming out of your mouth?
Because it's Jeff.
Coach Johnson may hang out there more often.
Oh yeah, he would definitely call this the UGA war planning room or something along those lines.
Yeah, but anyway, so they got
Did you just anyway me?
Yes, I did.
Man,
just trying to stay on topic.
I know.
They don't have enough product going in the trailer to justify the cost of the trailer going up. So we're actually sending a lot of our clearance items up and then pulling items out of our clearance center that's been kind of hanging around. So they decide that it's going to be more efficient for us to load out of my building and move the trailer over to the outlet and load it up.
Right.
In order to do so,
I can help move whatever. You just call me. I got a bus. It may not make it to the outlet though.
Definitely. And it'll be selective items, huh?
You know, are we sure there was 3 of those? Because I'm only counting 2 now.
It won't be the first time.
Hey, we're live. Don't admit to anything, sir.
Not for you. No, I'm not talking about you or me. I'm just talking about other people.
Especially if up in New Jersey, because it's like 1 for them, 2 for me. 1 for them, 2 for me.
Yeah. So now they get it set up where we got to load the trailer here in the warehouse Saturday and Sunday when there's only 2 guys each day, and then move it over and load up in the outlet on Monday when we got everything else going on. It's kind of insane. So, I mean,
sounds like it.
Do it on Memorial Day weekend is usually our biggest weekend in sales. So
yeah, it's gonna stink that you're gonna miss that ride Monday. I was just starting to talk about that, man. This will probably be one of the. I only know of one other ride that goes from Athens to Hiwassee that can even compare in size. Last year, think about it this way. You know how 78 is. We pulled out of the Legion. We were in the train, which is an 18-wheeler truck that's been converted to look like a train. We were in it. We were leaving between. In other words, where the line that says between to Monroe begins right at that Youth Jersey Road. We were there when the last bike pulled out of the American Legion. That's how long we were. We were 5 miles long. Yeah,
that is insane.
5 miles of motorcycles.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So anybody that wants to be part of this, come on. This will be killer.
Yeah, I was talking to my attorney about it. Stopped in at the courthouse to get our marriage certificate so Bree can get her stuff switched over, and following up on issues with the ex's house. And stopped over to talk to the attorney about it and was talking about the bike ride on Monday. And he was telling me that last year he was riding up, him and his wife, I guess, had gone up into the mountains. He said they come around a corner and there's 3 guys with their bikes sitting on the side of the road just talking, and the cops sitting there and they're all kind of looking down, and he looks up and he said there was a motorcycle mirror hanging from the tree.
Ooh.
Where the guy had gone off the side of the mountain.
Ooh, that's never good.
Not at all. So,
but it happens.
Yeah, it does. I pretty much all I ride my bike is on Sunday now. When I'm on my day off, I'll hop on it. I try not to ride it like as a regular vehicle.
Yeah.
Too many crazies out there.
That's right. That's right. And look, I know. My problem too is I can't talk on the phone and ride on my motorcycle because I've got so much going on every day while I'm driving that I just put it on speaker, and I'm just, I do. Golly, if I'm correct, it would probably say 75% of my business I do while driving.
Yeah.
It's easier because you got nothing else to do.
That's right. And it gives me time to call back everybody, because if I'm in the studio, I'm busy. If I'm at home, I'm busy. If I'm seeing customers, I'm busy. So I have to always return calls when I get in the car.
That's typically me when I leave here, is when I try to make my calls. I get home and if I don't want to hang out with Bria, I don't want to sit here on the phone with other people. I'd rather spend my time with her. So
That's right.
I try to make my phone calls while I'm driving.
I agree. All right, brother, man. Well, let me get moving around a little bit.
I've been extremely slack, so I'm going to give you my
Yeah, give me your cheesy pickup line.
my cheesy pickup line. So last night I was at the my daughter's high school graduation. So I came up with my
but you
pickup line.
don't pick up the girls that just graduated. Just because they graduated doesn't make them
Legal.
well. Technically, they would probably be at least 18, which does make them kind of legal. But you're in your 40s, which makes it kind of gross.
Now that you've graduated high school, you ready to move into adulthood?
Oh God, you and your cheesy pickup lines.
That was so
And
bad.
Jeff is like the king of pickup lines, so he's actually got to where he researches them and kind of gives us cheesy pickup lines that we talk about. So it's kind of funny.
Mhm.
But he used to use them when we were in our 20s.
Busy. I think this is only like the second time this week I've been able to listen to the show. I've been running so crazy. So,
Right.
But I had to. But yeah, Bree's sitting beside me. I've got my phone playing.
Bree's sitting beside you.
Yeah, she's listening to the station on my phone.
Ask
I call
her.
it a warehouse line.
Ask her what the cheesiest pickup line has ever been that was used on her, whether it was from you or not.
Well, if you give it 8 seconds, it'll come across my phone. She'll be able to tell me.
That's just funny. Okay, we're just gonna sit here and wait. Okay, no, we can't really. Get her to think of what the worst cheesy thing was ever used, whatever, and then call us back.
I was like that stupid joke. What's the worst thing ever said on TV? Or to think you were a little hard on the beaver last night.
Oh.
Okay, holla back.
So I just got.
She's
Hold on.
thinking.
She's thinking.
She's thinking. She says she'll have to get back to you on that one.
All right, man. Well, let me know. Holler at us later on. Enjoy your day.
All right. Have a great weekend.
All right, bye.
Bye.
You just got what?
I just got a text message that someone called the Legion last night, and they say they know nothing about a motorcycle ride.
Who? What Legion did they call?
I don't know. Give me.
Who is that?
It's Travis, but it's a guy that he works with. Said that he called the Legion. He's a motorcycle rider, and he wants to participate in
The
it.
question would be, which Legion did he call?
Yeah, which Legion did you find out? Which Legion he called, Travis? If it was the one in Loganville.
If it's the Loganville.
And I'm gonna send you a copy of the flyer.
And it's hard to believe anybody there would say they don't know, because this is the biggest thing they do once a year. I mean, there's period. I mean, to know 5 miles of motorcycles, and some being veterans, some being sons and daughters of veterans. And you figure for every motorcycle, almost every motorcycle has 2 people on it. So you visualize how many people that really is. That's a chunk of people. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, do we have anything? I know the hypnotist is coming in today.
Yes. Are you excited?
Yes. When he strips you of your redneckedness, I will be so content.
Not happening.
When he has you talking like you're from Britain, I'm going to look at you and go, how is that even possible?
Not happening. My redneck knees is staying.
I beg to differ. If they can make somebody quack like a duck, yeah.
Now that would be funny.
What if he makes you talk like Yoda forever? I mean, you already kind of do, but that could be.
I can't even think.
Maybe we get you talking like you're from Britain and you talking like you're a redneck. That could be really creepy.
Yeah, that would be.
That could be very interesting.
It would be very entertaining. That's for sure.
Okay, Phillips No sends in one. Is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I can see me in your pants. Cheesy. Pick up. Now, see, the thing is,
That's old though. Yeah.
I was your age when I met Jeff, and Jeff ended up being a roommate. and he was 25 and I was 20. And I think I was just turning 21. And every cheesy pickup line I can ever remember came out of his mouth. Wow. Every bar that we would be shooting pool in, he would have the cheesiest pickup lines. But because he was funny, they all worked. Like, I would sit there and in total embarrassment and think, no, you didn't. You didn't just say that. And the next thing I know, him and this girl would be drinking a beer together. And I'm like, How does that work? How does that even work? Like, the cheesy, but he pulled it off. I guess the laughing and the being funny, you know. Here I was trying to be all serious. Yeah. See where
that never works.
That never works.
Yeah.
Trying to be nice. Well, I wasn't really that nice back then. Never mind. It was different. It was different back then.
You was conceited. No, just
you don't know nothing. What was bad though?
Okay, come on now. Your nickname was Scotty Too Hottie.
Well, one time we were sitting at the bowling alley in Snellville shooting pool, and Jeff had a cousin. She was there shooting pool, and he had introduced me to her. And then he looks back and he's like, no. And I'm like, well, why did you introduce me? He's like, no, dude, that's my cousin. I went, well, you're the one that wanted me to meet her, but I didn't want you to date her. And I went, well, you introduced me. I just assumed. He's like, no,
You didn't say hands off.
And then she turned out to be a lot more wild than he knew, to the point that she made me back up and go, I don't know about this. You know, they tell you the quiet ones are the ones you got to worry about. Yeah, school teachers, you got to worry about school teachers. Some of them are out there.
Yes.
They hide their stuff really well.
Yes, that they do. Because some of the teachers that I used to work with.
Oh, my God. Jeff says, in reference to him being funny, that works. And he says, that and the size of my nose. But I'm not really going to go in that discussion because the main part of the Humpty Dance, that song that he really likes, yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone because I know he's giggling. You know what part I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now I know he's giggling because he knows he's trying to get one in on me to make me say it. And I'm just going to try not to say it. And within a couple of seconds, there's going to be another text message here in a second, I'm sure.
So today is the last day of school for, I know Rockdale. I believe the Cab's last day is today. I don't know. I think Walton's already out. So Newton County.
Somebody else I spoke to the other day said their school. Oh, Walton is out. Walton was out last week.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That
a young lady about speeding in her neighborhood had actually brought something up, asking me questions, and I said something about school buses. I said, you need to catch them on video. She says, well, our school's already out.
Yeah, they usually get out.
So that gives her a couple of months to get a new camera, and get set up, and be prepared for when it starts.
And you know, this is Ashley's last year, and it's already started. The senior
Do you
pictures.
mean she's done, or the one coming up?
The one's coming up is her last year.
See why I want the redneck stripped out of you? This is Ashley's last year. So we're talking about school's ending today. You say this is Ashley's last year. We assume you mean today.
I get it. No, next year's her last year, and it's already started. She came home with the pamphlet for the senior pics.
And?
I have to have her scheduled an appointment to get her senior pictures done by June something.
Yes. Or you miss out.
Yeah, or her picture won't be in the yearbook.
Yes. Because you know they print those things in advance.
Yes, I know.
I'm just making sure.
So that means we have to do the whole page.
Hair has to be done. Everything.
Oh my gosh.
Outfits.
You know, her hair's going to be green then because it's green.
No, it won't be because you'll have it fixed by then.
Yeah, I need to talk to Kelly.
See my point?
Yeah. We'll see her Saturday night.
Because that's look, you're sitting next to a young lady that just went through all that. When you know June's coming, that means when does the pictures have to be taken?
They have to have all of the pictures done by, I believe it was July 15th.
Okay, so the whole month of June will be get Ashley ready for pictures.
Yeah. because I have to have her scheduled, and then we have to go, and then it told
because
the times
if I'm correct, because God knows it's been so long for me, and my daughter's so OCD, she took care of everything herself. You have to have normal pictures, right? Or normal clothes, and then they put you the cap and gown too, right?
Like what you could do is like you can put your like she can get her pictures taken for her school, and then you can go to an outside studio and get somebody else to take her pictures, because that's what I did for my school. I took my picture for yearbooks, and then I went to Ezel Studios, and they took care of my graduation photos.
Yeah, that's where they said for me to schedule it is Ezel's.
Right.
So,
because Emmy went and got the normal pictures, and then they choose from a couple normal, because they'd have the little square picture with the graduation, but then I don't know what I paid. I just gave her a check for a page, because in a page it talked about what her hobbies was, where she planned on going, whatever. So she had a nice picture of her in normal dress clothes on that page, along with, you know, like the cap and gown type picture too. So
yeah, because it said the pamphlet said any clothes or any like ring or anything that we want to bring, her class ring, anything we want to bring with her to have pictures made, leather jacket, whatever.
right.
And you know what she's going to pick, because it says to pick out her favorite outfit. You know what shirt she's going to pick that she's going to want to wear.
I know that means I got to get her a new shirt.
Well, she has one with the new logo on it.
Right, but we'll have to get a good one that's going to look good in pictures.
Yeah.
Meaning you need something solid and bold colors, because they'll probably have her with a sky blue type background or something. I mean, it depends. It just really depends. It depends on what you're doing and where they're going.
Well,
Look, Jeff Matthias just said, since Rockdale's out, can I borrow your radar gun? No, the speeders will still be here. I'm actually waiting on a bulb. Everybody remembers the movie. Everybody remembers the movie Ace Ventura.
Yes.
Do you remember the very beginning of the movie where he plays the UPS guy? And he soccer balls the package all the way down the hallway.
Yeah.
So you grasp what I'm saying? Because you're giving me this dumb look like a whistle and a dog going,
Well, I'm trying to figure out why you need a bulb.
Can you just go back to the Ace Ventura stuff? So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So in Ace Ventura, he shows up playing as he's a detective, and he's trying to sneak up on somebody, and he takes a box. He acts like he's the UPS guy, and he's going down the hallway to knock on their door at their apartment, and he soccer balls the package. He's kicking it all the way down the hallway.
Okay.
This is like pulling teeth.
No, they're
you
all
have
here.
ruined the complete joke.
I was waiting on the joke. No.
So the joke is, we walk up to my front door, and there sits a package that has been Ace Ventura. I mean, the tape's coming off of it. There's holes in the side of it. Holy cow. So I take it out. I go to the car. I plug it in. Because it's an older X-band radar gun, it has it's before LEDs. So it has what looks to be a light bulb. Inside the bulb is the numbers. It's its own little device, if you will. Well, one of them was busted. So I can tell you're in your 20s, but I can't see that you're 21, 22, or up to 29. If you're in your 30s, it'll say 3, but I can't say if you're 35 or 37. It'll say 40. So when the Mercedes comes, but the higher the number, this thing has a squeal. And the higher the speed, the higher the pitch of the squeal is. So when you're sitting there radaring and you're watching buses come through, and it's like, boop, boop, and you're seeing it say 3, you know they're in their 30s. And then it's like, boop, when they're in their 40s. And then when they're 50s, it's one squeal, and 60s is a high squeal. A Mercedes comes, all I see is a 5, and it was the highest squeal I heard all day, which means most likely he was approaching 60 miles an hour in a 25. But
that was during school hours?
That was during school hours. But until I have that second number fixed where I can video it and say, look, 38 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour, it's kind of useless video other than just me and my cop friends that, would know what it means. Yeah. So I'm waiting on this bulb, which is only like $12, finding it because it's an old bulb, and it's not really even called a bulb. It's a numerous, because it's a number. It's numerous something transistor or some whatever.
Okay.
It's a DR201073-43. That's what it is.
All right.
I've remembered the number because I had to hunt for it for over 2 hours. But anyways.
Crazy.
I can't believe I say Ace Ventura. Okay, so when I say that somebody got Mike Tyson'd, what does that mean?
They got knocked out.
Really? What if it was just getting a face tattoo?
Or getting their ear bit off? I don't know.
See? For you, out of all, okay, you are everybody's got a little hoarder in them. They all hoard coins because they collect coins, or, shoes. Ladies like to hoard shoes. Don't want to get rid of no shoes. You're a pet hoarder, and you, I would believe, would know more about the Ace Ventura movie than anybody on this planet. And I can't believe you don't even know the movie.
I watched it.
Your house is like his house. Like how Alice in Wonderland steps out, not Alice, but what is it? Snow White, and throws her arms out and all the creatures come out of nowhere. That's your house. No. I can't believe you. I bet now you're going to be like, Travis, we need to buy Ace Ventura. I need to refresh my memory.
No, I didn't like it. I didn't care for
Why? Did you try to say it wasn't accurate to the truth of hoarders of animals?
No. I guess it was the environment of the first time that I watched it, because I knew nothing about this movie, and I was working at a nursery at a bowling center, and one of the kids, they had just bought the movie, and he wanted us to play it. And the parents said, yeah, it's okay. I'd never seen the movie. And so, yeah, I put the movie in. And it's a bunch of kids in this room now from ages 6 months to 6 years. And I played Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, for them.
And that's what kids watch nowadays.
Yeah, but all the sexual innuendo
kids didn't get any of that.
I don't know, because then the next...
Steph, you barely get it.
Well, I turned it off when it started getting too...
It turns you on, so you turned it off.
No, when it started getting too racy,
yeah, but
I
kids
turned it off.
don't get it. It's just like Austin Power. I used to play it for Emmy. She didn't. They don't get it.
Well, that's like my oldest daughter's very first movie that she ever sat through as a kid.
Yeah, but you tried to play her Debbie Does Dallas, and that's
No.
You thought it was about cheerleading, and that's not what it was about.
No, it was Terminator 2. She actually sat through the whole movie.
Why would you play that for a kid?
I did not do that.
Who
Daddy did
that?
Daddy did that.
And she was how old?
Maybe about 4 months, 5 months.
Oh, but at 5, she don't get it either at 5 months.
Yeah, I guess she
still
was
violence,
just watching
but still, she wouldn't get it.
She didn't cry. She just sat
didn't,
there.
She didn't
I guess
get
watching
it. Their brain don't process like that.
Well, that's what's wrong with it.
The worst thing she'd learn is she'd walk up and smack you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's maybe, but she couldn't even walk. So maybe
she couldn't walk.
Right. So she didn't process none of that.
And she used to like to watch the Braves. She would love to watch the Braves.
There again, she didn't process that either. Because if she could process anything, she'd have wanted to see something good.
Well, I guess it was just the motion. I guess I don't know.
The sounds.
She doesn't like baseball now.
Well, you can see why. You made her watch the Braves. I would be anti-baseball too if I had to sit through that. But I am anti-baseball. So
yeah, ever since the strike,
baseball needs cheerleaders. It would make it more interesting.
I don't see how that would work, but
it works for football. That's the only reason I'd watch football. Is the cheerleaders.
Basketball has cheerleaders.
I haven't seen that. I don't know. I didn't watch it in a long time.
Or actually, I think they call them dance crews or dance something. Yeah, they don't call them cheerleaders in basketball. I don't know.
I'm just waiting for something, Steph. Just waiting for something. I can tell. I mean, when he gets here, I got to get him. Steph needs a tune-up. Steph needs a tune-up.
Tune up for what?
Anybody that knows cars will understand this. When your brain gets to moving, there's some spitting, some sputtering, some firing, some missing. As she does sound effects.
Oh, I thought I heard the door opening.
No. All right, everybody, we'll shoot off to a commercial. See if we can get the morning going. Why not? We have nothing else going on this morning, right, Steph?
You say that as I take a drink. No, we're waiting. They're supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, Brian and Mo, and we're waiting for them to get here. They should be here shortly. So I'm waiting to hear from them.
Craig Gill just said something about cheerleaders. Let me find out what that is. This could be dangerous or this could be funny. So let's just find out. We got Jacob saying good morning. I meant to get back to you, sir, and I apologize that I did not.
Yeah.
Let me repeat that so it comes out right. MLB cheerleaders. But I don't know exactly.
Major League Baseball cheerleaders.
So they do have, well, look, they're in Braves uniforms. How about that? I had no idea. I thought those would just be considered groupies.
Are their wives?
I mean, look, they're riding in a truck on the side of the field, and they're waving. I just never knew. Oh, look, they're T-shirt girls. You know, they throw out memorabilia and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. And dancing around a little bit. Huh, how about that? See, you learn something every day. Now, this would make me want to go to a game. And it has nothing to do with the fact that they're female. No, because at least that would be entertaining.
So it'd be entertaining to watch women.
No, watching them give away stuff. They could have 10 girls and 17 kids out there, and it would be entertaining. It'd be more entertaining than the baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, look, there's the girls with the tiger for the baseball team, the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming.
I guess.
And, and they're jumping around and having a good time. That's what I dig. And look, here they are with that big slingshot thing, shooting T-shirts.
Wow.
I went to one hockey game, and they had the big T-shirt gun, and the guys were out there shooting the T-shirts. And believe it or not, oh, there's the gun. That's the T-shirt gun. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's the entertaining.
Cool.
Steph, you've only done that one time, but that was because you slipped on I can't
what
get
the
that
heck
picture.
are they doing?
They're jumping up doing splits, but you only did that one time. You were running too fast in front of the beer cooler and accidentally fell.
Yeah, speaking of...
But they're higher than you are off. They are high. If they did that, they'd be over your eyebrows. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You know, speaking of beer coolers, though, Travis brought home this new drink that Bud Light has. It's called Mixed Tail Firewalker. Nasty. It is a cinnamon.
Ooh, we
apple.
talked about that. Yeah.
There. I'll bring you one tonight.
Bring one. Okay, tonight, tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a big beer drinker anymore. Like last night, actually, because of my liver, I'm not supposed to be drinking anything. And Crystal last night had something. I said, "What's that?" She goes, "You're not gonna like it." And it was 7 and something. Ginger ale, Coke, I don't even know. I took a sip, but it was just like...
Yeah, 7 and 7?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It tasted like I was supposed to be dipping my paintbrush in it to clean it.
Ooh.
But after about the third sip, it wasn't quite so bad. But you know me, I drink everything like watered down. I don't like strong flavored stuff anymore.
Oh, that Mixed Tail is strong flavored. I mean, it is a very strong cinnamon.
Ugh, I don't even like Big Red bubble gum. I don't want Big Red. It's just disgusting. So that fire shot stuff everybody's been doing.
Yeah, which I found it's a small bottle. We were going through the freezer to get something out to thaw it to cook, and Travis finds a whole bottle of Fireball in the freezer. You know, it's one of the small ones. Like, I guess it's a pint, maybe. I don't know. And we don't drink Fireball, so we have no idea where that came from. And it's in the freezer.
Somebody came over and left it.
Nobody.
How do you think I get most of the liquor that's in my house? I don't go buy it.
Nobody's been over with
Well, actually, me and Philip Snow did go out one weekend, and his girl and my wife decided they wanted to mix drinks and stuff. So yeah, we stayed in the liquor store too long. But the funny is I don't drink. I mean, I've got to where it doesn't do nothing for me.
Well, I like the Incinerator. I love to drink the Incinerator. That's my.
Well, we know you
choice.
love to drink. We already know that about you.
I don't drink as
Paint
much
thinner
as I used
from
to.
Jacob. Paint thinner, haha. So in college, what seems to be you probably don't look like the person that ran in that circle, but what did you see with your eyes? Are they partying hard in college these days?
Well, based off the pictures I see on like social media, for the most part, yes, and videos, but for the most part, I don't.
I got too much going on to stay drunk. I just never been that guy. I don't know. I had my moments, don't get me wrong, but I have way too much going on.
Yup. Yep.
So Jacob says it's called Foo Bar in Tulsa. And he says any bar by drunk folks. Fireball equals. So I guess the way, call me, Jacob, and tell me how you pronounce that. Because Fireball, if you say it fast, is Furber. But I'm sure I'm reading by the way he types it. He's probably going to call in and actually say it. It's kind of like that language that y'all speak. You rednecks? You know, you add syllables to make it sound special. You remove syllables to make it furball.
Furball. I don't know.
I'm just laughing because you already have enough furballs.
Furball. I don't know how you would pronounce that then.
I'm going to call him. We got to go to a commercial break too, but we're running on all cylinders this morning. You can tell it's Friday, but we'll probably get it. We'll probably be wide open here in a few minutes. So I guess we better take advantage of this being slow this morning.
Well, I don't think it's too slow. I don't know.
You're just catching up to me saying that.
And no, I was letting you finish because I finished off the
So how do you say that? How do you say
Furber?
Furber.
So that's
You just try that Furber.
So that's how y'all speak there, huh?
Yeah. And if you're any drunk person in the bar, sounds like that too. So
say it again.
Hey, my God, try that Furber.
Oh, okay. So if you're drunk, that's what it sounds like.
Furber.
Right.
Furber.
Furber.
I almost want to say, or I'd almost want to believe that by the time you can't pronounce it anymore, that should be your cutoff point.
Yeah, you've had enough.
The second that you can't pronounce it anymore is your limit.
So I wonder how they would say incinerator. You remember the incinerator, don't you, Jacob?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
What you did?
How would you say that, Steph? You have a hard time saying it anyway.
Incinerator.
Say it drunk.
Incinerator. No, I say it right. Travis is the one that wants to call it cinemator.
Thank you. If you were drunk and you were going to pronounce it, what would it sound like? That's Jesus Christ. See, that's why I got out of the bar business. People would come to me and it would be so bad. They would lean in and of course I'm the height of the speakers, which means I'm getting blared in my right ear. So I'd cut my hand over my right ear and I'd lean in. After the fact they tried to say it the first time and I couldn't understand them. The second time they would spit in my ear as they're trying to say it.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's and then I would finally look at them and go write it down.
Yeah.
Go write it down because I can't handle this anymore. I had a guy lean in my ear one time and he's like, I want to play Candy and Dream. What?
Huh?
Candy and Dream. And I'm like, what are you saying? And then I thought he was trying to tongue kiss me.
It sounds like he's saying Freebird.
Firebird.
See?
Does it not sound like
this is why I don't miss being in the bar business.
Yeah.
Do it again.
No doubt.
Give me some Freebird.
Like some Firebird.
See?
I'm going to get into that Firebird.
And the bad thing is that every bar, you always do have the one guy that is screaming out Freebird, and that's probably how it sounds too.
Play some Freebird.
the problem is once you've heard it, you've heard it. And
I've been that guy.
It only you have been that guy, or you still are that guy.
Not at a bar, but at a concert. I yelled Freebird out a couple times.
Jeez.
Just to get the crowd going.
Yeah.
Just to be that guy.
I had Chris, which we haven't heard from Chris with Ravens Renovation this week, but the week that you were gone, the 2 days that I was doing the station, he kept sending me messages, play Freebird, play Freebird, play Freebird. And I'm like, no. Just
because you knew not to even touch it, huh?
Yeah, because, not only is that song like, 7 minutes long?
I don't know. Let me look while we're sitting here having this conversation.
Yeah. Like 8:30. Like
I knew you would get me. Like, I leave her in charge for 2 days.
I actually don't have it in the library because I don't want to deal with it.
Oh, wow.
But I will. I'm going to search and find out. I can't remember.
Right on. I'm going to get up here and get my coffee.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Yep. Free Sugar Night.
Free Sugar Night. Bye.
Bye, Jacob.
Go ahead, Billy. Hello.
Hello, Clary.
Hello. Nothing like being butt dialed. I'm glad your butt was thinking about me, but I'm not real sure that we were meant to communicate like that. Steph, on the other hand.
What? I was looking to see how long Freebird was. But apparently
I can tell you in just a second as I'm trying to get it. I'm telling you, today is just one of those days that you can tell the end of the week's approaching because it's like, holy cow, there's so much going on in my mind where I'm trying to figure out all the things I need to do today.
According to the YouTube video,
here's one,
it's like 13 minutes.
Freebird live, 14 minutes and 21 seconds. Then all the other 3 copies that I show are 10 minutes, 7 seconds. And one of them that's a video is 9 minutes and 16 seconds.
Good Lord.
So 14 minutes. Oh, God. Chris with Ravens. You wanted to mention his name. Play me some Freebird.
See, I told you.
Play me some Freebird. Okay, listen, I will do this. I will play a couple of seconds of Freebird, and that's it. So everybody will be right back. We got to go to a commercial. It's just for fun in the morning. And we got to get this thing going, man. Like, I feel like I'm dragging over here, but we'll be right back. I know it's just moments away before chaos is in the building. So everybody give us a few minutes, and we'll be right back. Can you play Freebird at a break? That's Jeff Matthias.
Oh, no. Now everybody's doing it?
Yeah. Pardon me.
If Philip is saying, what could Scotty have done? He was in another state. It's not like he could have changed the song from playing. I'm like, yeah, he could have.
I was blocked from Facebook. I wasn't blocked from my website or from my radio station. Philip, play Freebird, capital letters.
Travis must not be listening. He would probably do that too.
What? Anything you want to jump in on, feel free. I know it's probably a lot to take in the first day because it is chaos, but
Shannon Keys, LMAO, Freebird story is how I start my day.
everybody get your big lighters out, start waving them in the air.
Like you just don't care.
So Mike was going to come today. Watch this. He said, I'm not going to make it because I got sunburned today. He said, I'll even send pictures to prove it. I said, okay, send pictures. So I typed back, hey, Kool-Aid. come on, you know that's funny. He said, man, that's mean. So
I'm scared.
Mike's a little heavy. He's an older white guy. And got extremely sunburned. Well, back in our day when the Kool-Aid commercial came on, it was a big Kool-Aid jug, and everybody yelled, hey, Kool-Aid. So I sent it to him. He's like, man, that was so mean. No, it wasn't.
That was funny.
Did you expect anything better? I mean, or anything less?
No. That's what sunscreen's for.
Wow, look at this picture. Oh, he's got his lighter out. Chris with Ravens Renovations driving with his big lighter in the air. Don't set the van on fire. He's going to wave it under the sun visor with his 75,000 receipts that most construction workers have pinned to the visor. Next will be a picture of him putting the sun visor out. It'll be on fire.
Mo said they're about 12 minutes out.
As soon as it gets to the first chorus line, I'm changing.
I mean, you know the song is long when you have it on the tape. And in order to finish playing the song, you have to flip the tape over. Did you not know you had to do that?
I never listened to it, Steph. I only listen to Freebird when it's on, and I have no choice but to listen to it. It's the same words over and over. I can listen to the 3rd minute of it, the 9th minute of it, and it's the same song. You do get that, right?
Oh, yeah. A lot of their stuff sounds the same.
But that's drunk people music. That's all it is.
Because they don't notice it.
They don't realize it. I mean, it's like, yeah! Give me another beer. Yeah! I mean, it's just ignorant.
I like them. Peter Frampton.
That's just as bad.
Do you
Good
feel like
God.
I do? I love
The first time I ever had to hear that, Jeff comes into the house after just moving in and shows me a record of Peter Frampton. Man, we got to play this. I swear I felt like I was deja vu all over again. Like I go to the bathroom, I come back, it's still playing. I go outside to get something out of the car, I come back, it's still playing. And I'm like, did you start that over? He says, no. I'm like, how in the hell is that song still playing?
It's a long song. And a lot of times on Saturday night, me and Travis will sit in the carport and listen to the Country Gold.
Who?
Country Gold.
Mhm.
106.1. Now that's relaxing beer drinking. Because
I love how you said that. That's relaxing. Beer drinking.
Because my mom and stepdad even do it up there at their house.
My problem is, as I do like to hear on phone, I just want so many new things in my life. I get burned out with the same thing that I did 10 years ago.
I told you. Jacob ain't right. Music's coming back on.
What?
The music's coming back on.
Yeah.
If you want to shoot it to another break or whatever.
What?
Because he's here.
Oh, we know we're talking. All right, and we're live. And then Steph's telling me our guest is here, so we're probably going to shoot back off in just a few seconds. So, 4 messages just that fast. Brian says they're here, so okay. We are not doing Do You Feel Like I Feel, because that's 14 minutes long, Mr. Snow tells me. And then Jeff sends us a picture of him hanging out with his phone with a lighter app on it. So it looks like he's waving a lighter around. I'm sorry, as I'm stumbling over my words. So yeah, everybody hang tight. We're going to go to another commercial real quick. That way you don't have to listen to all the noise of everybody coming in. You know, we're such professional radio today. We're having one of those days. It's Friday. You know, we always get crazy on Friday. This song right here will kind of go along with that. We'll be right back, everybody. We're going to get our guest in the house, get the camera moved, etc. My granddaughter got like a summertime cold. Now we're all like summertime cold. Oh, yeah. I think it's I sleep. I like to sleep cold, and I think I've just been getting it maybe a little too cold for her.
Steph, if you want, one can see her because I'm going to be leaving at 8:30.
And where do you work out of? Where I work? Yeah, what area? I work at front. Okay. Yes, every day.
So did you found the place okay?
Yeah.
Because I messed up one day and gave the address of Underwood Drive. See, that's why
Good joke about having the redneck yank out of Steph. She's over here fighting that idea now. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like that'd be like trying to strip you out of your DNA. It's not possible.
Nope. Did you see what Jacob did? I
have no idea. You've been sitting right here with me.
No, I just came back in.
I'm going to hold Steph down and zap her, and you're going to try to hypnotize her. And we're just going to see if it takes. And we're going to keep trying until it does. Eventually, she'll be like, it's working.
Did you see the video I posted with him doing Justin?
No. And she was just talking about the video, and I didn't watch the video yet. And did you send it to me in Facebook Messenger? I can't remember.
Yeah, we did one morning.
That way I can play it up on there too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so that's
I get
what
behind a
all the
little bit.
falling over was.
No, that was just that's when it's induced and you go into trance. Sometimes depending on what you tell them to do, so that's what happened. Just completely relax and let go of everything. Okay? That's what happened. If I said you'll stand and be rooted like a strong tree, you'll stand and be on that one. This was neurolinguistic programming. I'm talking to him. As I'm talking to him, I'm explaining. And then I'm like, how do you feel now? He's like, messed up. A little bit more. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to take a step. And when he did, he was face first. I catch him. That was funny.
Why is everybody picking? See, little Richard just said, looking forward to some hypnosis of the redneck. The redneck is not coming out of me. No.
We want to try though. That's the thing is trying to do what they say can't be done is why you want to do it.
He's talking about having me talking like a British woman.
I said if we could get her to speak British and get her to all of a sudden be redneck, we have really accomplished something.
Yeah, no.
You might have sent it to me as a text message, is why I hadn't seen it.
I think yeah, that could be. Well, there's certain things that we
Yeah.
I had a psychologist. He did it. There are different ways to put people on, and methods you use on where she talked me through me doing self-hypnosis. Yeah, it could be that. That's why you always have to have help with the problem. You don't want to put someone under and they got some stuff going on you don't know about.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like, uncontrollable.
All right, let's go back.
Kicking your mic, so we'll figure out the volumes here.
Just a second once we get going. All right, everybody, we are back. We've got our guest in the house.
Yes.
Stephanie, if you'd like to start doing some introductions, and I'm going to get Mike set.
We have Mo here in the house with us, or in the studio with us.
Yep.
And Crash over here, Brian.
Look, it's better than what she called you. Were you listening when she called you the other name? And she called you a name, and I'm like, no, you didn't just call him that.
What do you remember when we were down at the lawnmower races, and you had your leg in a cast?
Wait,
'Cause
lawnmower races?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny all by itself, right?
Yeah.
These lawnmowers go like 75 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't remember what Travis and I was calling you? Hop along?
Oh, yeah.
See,
but I said,
I've been called.
I just said, but why would you call him that? He is a veteran, and you're going to call him Hop Along.
Yeah. Because we did it to his face. It's not like we were doing it behind his back.
I said that more as a question, and you're just like, yeah. Yeah, you answered. Yeah, you answered me, but it was just like, yeah, like, no big deal.
He thought it was funny. He laughed.
He might have just laughed because it was coming from you.
I didn't have to laugh.
You didn't have what?
I didn't have to laugh too hard.
Yeah.
Oh. See, this is why he wants the redneck out of me.
I wouldn't mind. Okay, let's word it this way. I wouldn't mind leaving the redneck if I can just put some intelligence in there too.
I don't
But
know.
I got a feeling your brain is like a 500 gig hard drive. In order to put anything else in there, we're gonna have to remove something.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, let me dumb it down. Your mind is more like a 14-foot U-Haul. And in order to put the dining room table in there, we got to take out the 17 bags of the 10 cans you've been collecting. Did that make it easier for you to process?
Oh, I understood what you said before.
You can't own any more pets until you get rid of a few.
Well, duh. I know that. I'm at my limit.
I'm not talking realistic, Steph. I was putting it in terms you could understand.
Oh, okay.
Steph's like, oh yeah, I know. I was just trying to paint a picture that kind of would make sense to you. Oh God, and the text messages are starting now. There's a difference between laughing with you and laughing at you. And little Richard knows that because he's short.
Yeah.
So
I'm taller than he is.
that's such a big accomplishment for you.
So back to our guest.
Then it make you feel good when you're taller than somebody.
Yeah, it's just an inch.
Person in the room.
It's just an inch, but still, you know.
And all this
Makes a
time,
difference.
all this time, she thought she had something over Jimmy the Cricket, right? Now she just finds out, oh, I'm actually taller than little Richard too.
So tell us a little bit about what you do, what you're studying.
How you got into all this?
Yeah, how
everything.
you got into it.
Okay.
And then get closer to Mike. Everybody's I call it a 2 or 3 finger rule. If you're a loudmouth like me, you don't have to be that close, but most times stay within about 3 fingers.
Well, it's like, I don't know. You know, I had friends who were into metaphysics. They were into things like that. And it was always interesting to me. I don't know, maybe it's something I was just born with. And once I started getting into it, getting deeper and deeper, it's like I started finding out that, you know, you can actually change your own reality, you know, through certain processes. So, you know, I stayed in it. I've always dealt with it. And, you know, listening to different people, Napoleon Hill, John Keyhole, Savan Bomar, Cryon. I don't know if any of you ever heard of these people, but, you know, it's like you get certain messages, and when you hear it, you know it's real. You don't have to go and look it up or ask someone. You feel it inside yourself. So this right here, I feel like it's something maybe I was born with, and maybe my calling.
Right.
Because I've gotten actual results from helping people. And I mean, the feeling that you get when you do something for someone like that, it's not something you can buy in a store or a pill you can take from over the counter. This is something that's like, wow. And every time, you know, when they come back to, they're like, I've never felt anything like that in my life. And that touches me too. So that's why it's something I've always been into and just keep pushing in it. And
that's really good, because that's kind of like with what we do. We enjoy that what we do actually alters things. And I tell people every day, a lot of people just, they want to hate, and you know, it's the business I'm in. But what's really cool is I get messages, I get private messages from people, and then I just say, call me, because they're typing so much. And you know, when you have people that will call you on the phone and go, look, I watched your video today and you inspired me to want to get out and start helping my community, or you've inspired me to want to go out, and how can I start doing this and this and this, and what can I do to help you? Like when I was doing the homeless stuff, and I said, the best thing for you to do is stand up in your community. You know, I've got people in my community helping me. I need you in your community, because the only way we're going to take the world back and have our towns back is if you get out and do it. And these people go, okay, I'm going to go do it now. And then they'll hit me back up weeks later and go, so me and 14 of my neighbors are now doing this, this, and this in our community. And then it's like, so then you got the message. And that's what I tell people.
That's the energy you give. Like,
that's right.
That day, the first day I talked to you all, I listened to your show just about that whole day. You know, my connection was bad, so it was in and out.
Right.
But you know, I felt the energy coming from that show. And I was like, man, I really like this guy. I like the way he thinks. You know, I think like he thinks. Because I was pissed with you about the speeders. I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. That's right. People, they slow that down. You know what I'm saying?
And so many people got mad at me and go, man, you're bashing the cops. I'm like, no, I'm pissed at the speeders. It's the speeders are the dummies. It just sucks that it took me doing all this to piss everybody off enough to make the police come out and do something. I understand they're busy, but a kid getting hurt should be just as important as trying to catch somebody speeding down Georgia 20. At least on Georgia 20, you're not going to see that many kids walking down the road versus where the sidewalk is between schools. There's,
I mean, it's just general common courtesy that people should have.
That's right.
I mean, nowadays, you see, it's like it's no gray area anymore. It's either like they're really inconsiderate or they're really considerate.
That's
so,
right.
I mean, you got to treat them like little kids. They don't know any better, so they'll figure it out.
That's right. But that's cool that you even can kind of see it. You know, that's what we try to tell people is, especially with my videos, I'll go, okay, if you get this, you were supposed to get it.
Exactly.
Because some people are never going to get it. Some people are just never going to figure it out.
You're right. And it takes someone like you for them to hear you and be like, you know what? They wake up, part of their mind wakes up and they're like, he's right. And that'll inspire them and they'll go do their thing. So, you know.
And I tell people, I'm not telling you something you don't already know.
Exactly. You're reminding them.
I'm just telling you there's a different way to look at it. And And then that's when they kind of start changing their life a little bit.
Exactly. I mean, same thing like with the hypnosis. You know, I owned a tattoo shop, and I would have people come in and they be like, "Man, that stuff's not real.
Right.
That's like that. That's not real. That stuff's fake." And I'll be like, "Okay, well, why don't you try it?" You know, and the most skeptical people sometimes are the easiest ones because they're so busy trying to fight it,
Right.
they don't even realize it. And afterwards, when they come back to, they're like, their whole mindset's different. They're like, whoa, hold on a minute. I need a minute to sit alone. You know what I'm saying? And to kind of collect all this because I don't understand what just happened. And what it is when you're under hypnosis, you are at zero. I call it 0 point, your origin. This is your main control room for your life.
Right.
Most people are never there because they're too distracted by other things. So, I mean, you watch a lot of TV, listen to a lot of radio, you're on your phone all day long. You never take that silent time like, okay, let me connect back with myself. What's going on with me?
I have to literally, I got stressed out almost a year ago where it was everything moving so fast to where we went to the doctor. And I've always been a hyper person, but the doctor looked at me and says, you know what? He says, you're OCD. You're ADHD, whatever.
ADHD.
He's like, you're the only guy I've ever met in all, and this dude's like 65. He says, you're the only guy I've ever met in my life that has taken his disability and used it like cocaine. And I'm looking at him going, is that a compliment? And he said, you have figured out how to trigger your adrenaline and use it. Because literally when I was working these big events, I would be up at 6 a.m. And, you know, the night before you didn't get a whole lot of sleep anyways because you're all thinking about the next day. I would get up at 6 and doing an event till 2 a.m. in the morning. And it's all triggering that adrenaline and running. And then the next day, you sleep a lot.
That's just natural.
It's just natural.
That's all.
And he's like, but the problem is you're not 18 anymore.
No.
He's like, you're in your 40s.
You got to pace yourself now.
So now it's every day at around that 3 to 4 o'clock hour. If you try to reach me and you don't get me, give up because 3 to 4 o'clock, I now try to sit down. I try to mute my phone completely and I try to just watch TV and just check out for a few minutes. Yeah. I just have to. And I've learned to release some of my stress by getting other people to do things. And Steph will call me up and try to say, I'm like, just handle it. Just handle it.
You have that much energy, you can't contain it yourself. You
That's
gotta
right.
kind of spread it
I got to spread it, man. There's so much going on. And, you know, and you were saying about hypnotic. So I got this bracelet I wear because of some back surgery. I had pain. And a lot of people said, oh, it's fake. He probably hypnotized you. And I said, let me tell you something. You can testify to this. When you hurt every day, all day, my mother's like, that bracelet can't be doing this. He probably hypnotized you. I got it from a guy in Knoxville, Tennessee. I said, well, I will drive my happy ace right back to Knoxville and get hypnotized again if that's what it was.
Why do you
because
think
it's
they say
working.
That? Why do you think they say
Because they don't want to believe it.
No, you know what it
Nobody
is?
wants to believe.
It's a form of fear. They're scared because it can't be explained through an analytical way of thinking.
That's
so
right.
they're like, no, that can't be real. It's a bracelet. No, that can't be doing that. They don't want to realize that it can do it if you want it to do it.
That's right. And the thing is this, how about this? Acupuncture and then people doing hypnosis before medicines. How do you think we survived?
Exactly.
And that's when I look at people and go, hello. I mean, before
the pills
we were in the United States, before we discovered North America, the Chinese had already been doing acupuncture for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Every culture had a way of healing.
That's right.
Every culture.
If it wouldn't have worked, they wouldn't have been doing it for hundreds of years, and they still wouldn't be doing it.
Everyone would have died then.
Right. And I can't get it through people's brains.
That moved me into pranic healing, actually.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you all know what pranic healing is. It's a natural form of healing where you take the energy. There's energy around us all the time. You cycle it through your body into that person. And you're actually healing their energy body. Your physical body follows your energy body suit. So if you have, say, certain types of cancer or whatever, that's an energy blockage, really. And your body's dealing with it by putting it into a small space, which is what the doctors see. And it's not spreading or anything like that. But I mean, basically what it is, pranic healing, you heal the energy body, the physical body follows. Everything works like it's supposed to work. That's
a good way of thinking it. Yeah. And I try to look at the worrying always makes it worse.
Man, does it?
The doctor says to me, and a lot of people don't know this, and especially guys, you'll see this as you get older. I had to get life insurance. I didn't have to. I chose to. They popped me for bad cholesterol. The last time I really went to a doctor for anything like that, I was in high school. So then they're like, okay, we need to test your cholesterol. So then I say, I'm not feeling as overdrive, hyper as I usually am. Maybe my testosterone is dropping. You're in your 40s. Yeah. So I tell them to check that. Well, what you don't know most of the time is when they're checking your testosterone, they check your liver count. So right before I go on vacation, the doc sits me down, starts telling me about my cholesterol being high. And we're still waiting for the testosterone to come back. And he's like, so have you ever been treated for use of drugs and needles? And I'm sitting on the table. Crystal's sitting next to me. And he's standing to my left. And I look at her and I'm like, do what? No. How do you
know? I didn't know this was a drug test.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I've never had a problem. So I just said, well, no, I eat the hell out of ibuprofen.
Yeah.
But the problem is, he's like, okay, we need to talk about this. But the problem is you now are left hanging before vacation. So it's like, I'm not going to stress over this because either I'm dying or I'm not dying. But worrying the next 7 days is going to be worthless.
Like a lot of people, when they find out they have like a terminal type of illness, they don't get sick till after the doctor says, okay, hey, you got like 6 months to live.
Right.
All of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm going to die.
That's right.
There's cases where people have gotten messages like that and they told themselves, no, nothing's wrong with me. I'm going to be fine. And then they make it and everyone's like, well, how'd that happen? It can't be explained because that just goes to show you your mind controls everything you deal with.
Well, I know most of the time if I have a bad headache and I just feel crappy, if I just sit around and baby it, I start feeling worse. Yeah. If I get up and just start doing something, I just forget about it.
Like I thought I had a headache an hour ago, but I don't know now.
Yeah, get moving.
Well,
Where'd it go?
When they told me I had to have brain surgery for my aneurysm,
Mm-hmm.
The day before I had surgery, I was down in Savannah. I had a seizure the day before. And it's because my mind was freaking out of what was going on. Overthinking.
Yeah. And that's my biggest problem. And yesterday, Steph was here. A lot of people think they know what I have to deal with on a daily basis, but people don't get it. I mean, like, you see the show get started, you see the show go off. That's not that's not my day.
It's a lot of work
right.
in between.
So yesterday we had a curveball thrown at us about 2 things on the same night. And one involves being at a business that's a sponsor. That is something I already said I would go do. But then the other is something that I forgot that was supposed to be on the calendar. I didn't have an exact date. So I told this other thing, sure, I'll be there. And the crazy thing is the event I'd already promised I'd be there is not a tiny event, but it's not huge. And the event that I just promised I would be at is huge with the possibilities endless of what I can do in Rockdale County and some of the cool events I can do. So I'm looking her and I'm running it through my mind of every possibility. And I said, this is the stuff nobody gets to see. I said, you wanted to see behind the scenes of what it takes? And she's standing in the kitchen. She says, well, at least you got somebody that's helping you figure it out. Yeah. Whereas 6 months ago, it was me walking through the kitchen and pacing and trying to figure out how I'm going to solve this problem. Yeah. So it kind of matters sometimes to have somebody to vent it to, share it with, let them see some of it. Brainstorm,
yeah.
Exactly.
2 minds are better than one.
Yeah. Well, 1.5. 1.5.
Yeah.
Well, you're working with 3 by yourself.
I know, right? And then you got Steph and Redneck Steph. So she's fighting amongst herself going, say that. No, that won't come out right.
You'd probably rather have the redneck's opinion because they're not going to sugarcoat it.
No.
No, I don't do that.
But everything involves trying to figure out where to put the cooler. I'm like, Stephanie, we need a speaker in that position, not a cooler. You can leave the cooler at home. We need chairs and speakers, not coolers. Well, you can sit on the cooler. No, Stephanie.
More than one use.
That's right. We can put the mixing board in there. It'll be on ice. It won't overheat. It'll be on ice right next to the beer.
Do we need the big cooler or the little cooler?
I got 2 different phone calls. Let me catch these 2 phone calls real quick that we ignored, and then see, and we'll go some more with the with what actually the topic is without all my ramblings.
I'm trying to find. We have a new listener.
Boy, that was a hang up.
We have a new listener that is deployed, and I'm trying to find out where exactly he is at.
That's good.
Listening.
Most of them are probation. Never mind. Yeah, that number just keeps hanging up, so maybe they can't answer. Dead air, Steph.
Sorry. Well, it's ringing now.
This might be a little richer. It's funny.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
They're mad because you didn't.
4-7.
So the two people that called, try to call back. I was trying not to interrupt what we were doing. So how long ago have you been doing? I mean, what got this started? How long ago, rather?
3.5. I say 3.5, almost 4 years ago.
So I bet you've seen some cool stuff.
Man, have I?
From learning it.
Yes.
And what has happened to people
actually,
versus where you are now and what's happening to people.
I didn't actually try it till maybe a year after just constantly reading and studying and watching videos until one day I was like, all right, I got to try it. You know, I got to try it. And I tried it, and I never forget, I was in the living room, my kids watching TV. I'm like, hey, y'all want to play a game? They're like, come sit over here. Now do this, do that, do that. And then it worked, but I didn't think it worked. I'm like, okay, you're playing. So I'm like, all right, get up. They didn't move. I'm like, oh, so it did work. So I brought them back, I counted them back out of it. And I was like, what'd that feel like? And they're just looking like, what happened? Nothing, you didn't do it yet. I'm like, yes, I did. You've been like basically sleep for like 5 minutes. Like, well, when'd you do it? So I was like, okay, I'm on to something. Had a friend of mine help me out at my shop, and it actually worked. And then I got into doing scripts, actually putting information in that would actually help them.
Right.
And I started seeing results from that, and I knew I was on to something. I had a close friend who was having panic attacks to the point where she had to get rushed to the emergency room.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. And she was working for me for a while, and she had to, leave work a few days behind that. So I was like, let's try this. And we did it. And 2 weeks later, I get a call, and she was like, well, the doctors don't understand what's going on. I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, well, I stopped taking the medication because I didn't need it because I haven't had any more panic attacks.
To Jared, please. Jared.
Really? Somebody's going to do the prank calls. That's why I hung up every time I tried to call it back.
Well, it actually worked for her. I got results. I seen it was real. And from then on, I was just like, I want to help as many people that will accept my help, because I feel like it's not me doing it. Maybe it's a higher energy doing it through me to help people and show them, there's another side. There's not just what you see here. There's a side you can actually control. And if I can give you the key to that, I'll do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know when I had my leg tattooed, it was a guy who was a little heavy-handed, and the first time I was there, it took 2 hours to outline. The second time to do the shading took 2 hours.
Wait. What'd you get on your leg that took 2 hours?
Oh, I'll have to show you off there. But it hurt so bad that I have a way of dealing with pain. I can just fade away for a few minutes.
Yeah, you blacked out.
So I just fade away. I just close my eyes. I just start thinking about other stuff. And he actually thought I passed out, and he's tapping me. Are you okay? And I'm like, and I can hear everything. I'm like, it's cool, man. Just keep going. And at the end of all of it, I look like I just woke up from a good nap. Yeah. And he's just like, dude, I thought you were like gone. I repeated half of what I remember listening to him talk about. I said, no. I said, you had that steady rhythm of the knee. I said, I just made myself go. I said, you were killing me, dude. I said, you were killing me. And it was a whole lot easier for me to back away for a minute and just let you do your thing. And then, I had to have some epidurals from some back stuff. And I kind of do the same thing. Yeah. When I know you're fixing to do that to me,
you got to go somewhere else.
I got to go somewhere else. Yeah. And you've had broke bones, so many broke bones and stuff where I've been in the hospital and they got to stitch you. I mean, I split my shin open one time and it was disgusting looking. And I literally laid back and they're like, no, we need you to lean up. And I'm like, you let me lay back. They said, but you can't pass out. I said, hey, you let me do me. And I lay back, put my hands behind my head, and it's almost like kind of humming to myself. And I'm just like, and you do your thing. If I'm not watching it, I can just go to another place. And if it wasn't for that, good Lord, there's no telling. I'd be traumatized just by all the stuff I've seen them do to me, How did you put that foot back there? I don't know. I had my eyes closed. They're talking about doing that liver biopsy, and they said, well, you'll probably have to be sitting up and watching. I'm like, how about you let me lay down and I'll flip to whatever position you need. I'll go somewhere else. So you do what you got to do. You just numb it up where I don't have to see it. I'll be okay.
Well, see, I've had like 6 surgeries on this elbow, My last one, I had them leave me awake, but just kill it.
Uh-huh.
That was.
Did they do the beer wrap?
Crazy.
Here, let me catch this. Caller, what you got?
Yes. I got hit by a truck one time, and I had to stitch me and sew me up.
And how did you deal with it?
Did they
knock you out or anything?
No. Okay. When I got hit by the truck, they took me to the hospital. Then I went to Eastside Hospital, and they done surgery on me. Then I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks and got out.
All right. Well, at least you're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah, it could.
I know.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye. Yes. So I'm sitting here waiting. I thought with the 470, I was like, man, it's got to be Little Richard.
Little Richard said that he's actually not calling. And I just want to give a shout out to Steve. He is deployed over in Qatar.
So he's in Qatar right now?
Yes.
Cool. You like it over there, huh?
Yeah, Qatar was fun.
See?
Yeah, he's trying to watch, but the internet keeps going in and out. So
it's ISIS, man. It's their fault.
So we just want to say thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you can watch it on YouTube later if you can't hear it all.
What time is it over there?
I'm not.
Hours, I think.
Is it 13 hours in advance?
And thank you for everything that you're doing over there. Thank you for you and the servicemen and women that are listening with you. Thank you.
Just for fun.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
This is that prank again.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm outside. This is really picking up. Let me move to the corner. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. I want to know if you might be able to help me out. Can you do that?
It's that we have somebody. We don't. Scotty claims he doesn't know who it is, but
I don't know. I'm gonna save the number, but it's always when you call it back, it doesn't answer.
Yeah. They keep calling every time we have a show. They'll call and they'll do this prank, and
but if that's all they got,
a fan is a fan.
If that's all you got, if that's all you got, come on. I'm glad we're here for your entertainment. So what all does it take to do this? I mean, we're going to probably try to do it here on video in a minute, but I need Stephanie to be relaxed and acceptable to this. I want her to understand what it's like.
Okay, well, basically, all it takes is for the person who's getting hypnotized to want to be hypnotized, for them to be relaxed and to understand that, you know, this whole process is really for you.
We're not going to tamper with your redneck, I promise. You can't strip you out of that or that out of, you know what I'm trying to say.
All you really need, 2 consenting minds.
She has 2 consenting minds in there.
If they want it, if they want to be hypnotized and they do exactly as the hypnotist says, it's going to work. There's no way it can't work.
So you down? You're not going to fight this. I will not tase you while you're under.
You better not.
Well, it's all going to be on video. I bet legally, if he has you hypnotized and I shocked you, I could probably go to jail for that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's one thing if you're consenting to get
zapped. They'll send both of us to jail.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's on video. Hey,
you consenting's different.
I wasn't consenting to that.
You wasn't consenting. You were 15 either, but hey, look where you're at now.
That was close, man.
She's quick though.
That was close. You've got to around him.
Look, I zapped myself one day.
Yeah.
She was sitting over there, and I thought I was going to be funny, and I went like this to grab it, and somehow or another, I bumped something, but when I did, my elbow stopped. This hand kept on, and the problem is all you do is bump that.
That's all you need.
When I did it, my hand slid forward and hit it, and I cupped it.
Oh.
And then once you cupped it, you're doing this because your muscles contract, and you can't let go. And I'm looking at everybody going until I hit the floor, and then it fell out of my hands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Who?
My mom.
Oh, really?
She had one sitting in her purse and went to go grab something out of her purse, hit the button, and it was stuck.
Oh my God. Yeah, because once it's zapping you, there's no pulling back. You're not in control of your muscles.
And Rich Archer says to make me a socialite.
I'm trying to just sit here. I don't want to do anything that would hurt you.
You try to shock me with the taser every day.
I want you aware of that. I don't want to do it and you not be aware. I mean, what if we made you think you were Marilyn Monroe? And with your vocabulary, trying to be Marilyn Monroe would be even funnier.
You know, the thing people don't understand is, even under hypnosis, you're not going to do anything you wouldn't normally do in your conscious
That's
state.
right. I tried to. I'm just messing with her. That
When you're going under,
Yeah.
You're still in control, basically.
Yeah.
You're in control. It's like being in a really relaxing daydream where you can still hear everything and get up if you want to, but you're not going to want to because it's going to be like, man, this feels really good. You can still hear everything going on around you. You know?
It's kind of like when you got that date break jug that time. Look at her face. She doesn't know what to say. It's got. I want to get up, but it feels really good. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have went there.
That was bad. That was bad. Shame on you. You're going to hell for that one.
That was awesome. I should have said that, but that was awesome. Okay, look. We'll go to a song. We'll have a couple of sponsors come up real quick, go to a song, and then we'll come back and see what we can do, I guess.
Oh, toy.
You down
It's
for
a bathroom break. Oh, I thought you.
Yes. Go ahead and go pee.
Because, I don't want to be too relaxed, and y'all make me pee on myself. Because then it'll be on video.
I could just see it now. He's like talking to Steph going, you feel like you're in a nice, warm jacuzzi. You feel the urge to urinate. Now
That
you feel
warm
like
sensation.
you need to get up and clean it. Oh, my God.
Sensation
That's
going down your leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Everybody, it's just for, giggles. That's why we do all we do. Give us a few minutes. We'll come back and see what else we can pull off. We'll see you here in just a few seconds. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're able to hear us now.
So you're going to leave today. You're going to be like, what did I volunteer to be part of?
Well, I'm gonna have to catch. I'm gonna have to catch it on YouTube now because I have the training at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's actually going to school to do this.
Oh, really?
And a mutual friend of ours is like, look, she needs to get, some intern stuff in.
So you going to school for psychology, or are you
Oh
going
no,
to just do
for mass communication.
communication?
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't know us. So I'm like, come on in and see if you're willing to be part of this. It's awesome fun.
She's thinking about
But-
I'm fine. I'll catch you guys.
We're just
next
so
week.
used to crazy and loud. She's nice. But then today we go to introduce her. She's giving herself a name already. So I'm like, go for it. She'll be on the mic raising Cain in another week or so.
Well,
All right, chick. Well, thanks for coming in.
problem.
And anything else, just holler. And we're actually doing a movie tomorrow night. So if you want to come over tomorrow night, we got a birthday party, and I got a projection screen about like looking at that curtain that we hang off the back.
Oh, 7? The new
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
You're gonna cry? Huh? Oh my God! Everybody says the ending will make you just tear up. It will.
Yeah, I seen it,
I don't
yeah.
care if you hate the movie. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you Monday. I
The
guess.
ending is kind of sad, though.
Just knowing.
They show him on the. Well, I don't want to spoil it for him.
Yeah,
Tell him.
Yeah, don't tell me. I just heard that the end of it. Everybody's already said it.
It's a few unbelievable scenes where you feel like, yeah, okay.
And I hate some of the movies where you touch the computer. Because I've already seen the part where he's running up the bus.
It looks real.
It looks good though. See, the last movie I hated when they're on the interstate and that big gap and they jump.
Yeah, you know that.
I'm like, come on, man, that's not even humanly possible. Pardon me, y'all. Ugh.
message that you heard?
I'm sending this to you to do later. Yes.
What exactly is he going to do to us?
I don't know.
I have no idea. What?
Rich. Wow, that dead silence after Steph reading my message spoke volumes. Bah, no way Steph could be a socialite, not even under hypnosis. Bah.
Hey, everybody, I'm fixing to step away for just a second to do something, but I wanted you to know the next song goes out to all of us as we get ready to get hypnotized.
And he said it's 3. Oh. It's
What's 3?
3. I guess now it would be 3:38 p.m. over there in Qatar.
Okay.
And it's a group of them.
Cool. We need to go another shout out.
Yeah. Travis wanted a steak. So that's the
Do what?
hardest. Travis wanted a steak. I went to Walmart. He wanted a steak. He always goes and picks them out because I'm not good at picking them out. Last time he sent me to get steaks over there, I ended up getting 2 London rolls. But they were marked down, and that's what I did. What he told me to do. But anyway, so I got a couple of pairs of socks, or a couple of packs of socks for Ashley. Cat.
What are we mumbling about? You're telling me about a steak. Where did we just go?
2 steaks. 2 steaks. I got 3 bags worth of stuff, but ended up spending $120 something at Walmart.
See, this is the stuff we need to have the hypnotist fix. She starts saying, so Travis wanted steaks, and I went to Walmart, and all of a sudden, Yeah. All of a sudden, she starts talking about socks.
I was talking about what all I got.
Travis wanted steaks, so I went to Walmart. I'm thinking, you're telling me about steaks.
Yeah.
How did we get to socks?
Who goes to Walmart and buys exactly what they went in there to buy?
So her point was, but her point was apparently. So I went to Walmart. That's how she should have said it. Not Travis wanted steaks. The whole time I'm waiting to hear about the steaks. That's not what the conversation was about.
It was about me spending $124 at Walmart and only having 4 bags of stuff.
So can we? You want me to? I can set the camera this way.
Yeah, we can do it right there.
One of us in the chair. That way, everybody can see.
Yeah.
That is so funny. This is why I tell staff. I'm like, Steph, especially if I'm hurrying. I'm like, could you get to the thing?
I went to Walmart and then I seen this. You know, it's like, oh man.
The only thing that I got that was not on my list was my Monster because I had not had Monster all week last week, all week this week up until yesterday, and I could tell the difference.
What is it about Monster you like so much? The way it make you feel?
I have to take medicine at night for my feet.
She wants the legal cocaine.
But I have to take medicine.
So we're gonna do you first. If we're gonna do you first, I'll just turn the camera that way.
No, we're gonna do you first. Why do I always gotta be the guinea pig? It's your show.
Okay, we'll go with me first.
Is that not what
Man, look,
says?
with that camera, you can see all my junk in the floor. Look, I keep saying, look at all this because we do so much.
You gotta have it right there, yeah.
I'm like, I've got to get a cabinet to do all this stuff.
You have one.
Huh?
You have one.
I see one sitting over there.
No, that's a computer.
I have a question. When y'all first started, I know y'all didn't have all of this stuff when you first started.
No, I've worked my butt off to do this.
So you just woke up one day and said, you know what, I want a radio show.
Yes.
That's what's up right there. Yeah. Something just told you, hey.
And I called and I called my mother. He probably can get this. You know, you see one thing, but your parents see something else.
Yeah.
You're close to your mother like I am mine. So I called my mom up, just to give you the fast version. I said, I'm gonna open a radio station. And she's like, no.
No, you're not.
Because at the time, I had a construction business that was failing because of the economy. And I call it the seesaw effect. I always had my part-time DJ stuff, but it started doing this, where if I didn't have this work, I had to take this one.
Yeah.
So it had already plateaued to be the same. And my decision was, do I keep putting an effort in fighting to do construction and nobody's spending the money, or do I say yes to the cats that keep throwing cash at me?
Yeah.
So I took it.
Well, you know what they say, when you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's right. But me and my mother had words, and my mom kind of was helping me keep my house so I wouldn't lose my house.
Yeah. And
she says, listen, if you spend any money to do this and I'm helping you, I'm going to be pissed. In the comments were, and that's the censored version. We were cussing, boy. It was heated. But I already owned enough equipment to get me started. I spent $200 on a used computer and tried to trick it out a little bit and went from there. And now here we are 5 years later.
How does she feel now?
When I turned 3, I got put in the center of one of the magazines I do work with. You know, they made me the centerfold talking about how I had the dream and what it took to get here. So that actually is the center page of the magazine that I work with. And it's pretty awesome to know it's never going to work. It's never going to work. And this time, 5 years ago, I was building.
Yeah.
And I started out in a room that this table couldn't fit.
Really?
The room was like 8 by 6.
I can relate to exactly what you said.
Where you're sitting, I had just enough space for a desk and a table. I had a white fold-up table with computers on it. And then there was a desk. So me and my co-host, Crystal Miller, when she was helping me, were almost this distant, but probably not quite that apart. And Bubba Miller would sit right there. And the wall was right here. And there was just enough room at the end of my desk to walk through. So you're talking, like I said, it was 8 by
6 square feet.
Oh, God, dude. But it's what I wanted, even though everybody said it wouldn't happen. I'm like, no, I'm not taking no for an answer. And everything I've done since then is it ain't going to work, and I don't take no for an answer.
That just pushed you even more. They did the same thing when I opened my tattoo shop. Everybody was like, man, you ain't going to be able to do that. You ain't going to be able to do that. Then I got it open, and it was doing good, and everybody was like, oh, man, this is really nice. I'm thinking to myself, remember when you said it? Well, I wouldn't be able to do it?
Yeah.
I was working from home.
The only thing I've done that I didn't per se work for, when my grandmother passed away, I got a little bit of cash. I spent money and bought the bus, and everybody said, that ain't going to work. That's stupid. Do not spend your money on that bus. I said, my sponsors are going to want their name on that bus. And everybody said buying a bus was stupid. And now we go to concerts and everybody says, man, it's the coolest thing you've ever bought. So everything else I've worked to pay for.
I've been in a one-way trip.
Yeah. He was one way in the bus and one way in another bus. All right, everybody, we're going back live. We and if you're watching video, you can just see that I need to clean up my desk. I mean, look at all the white paper and everything. Yeah. But we get so busy, you know, we don't have time to do a lot of this stuff. So we're gonna roll one of the other chairs over here. We're gonna see what can happen.
What had happened was
I probably should have done that while we was on break. I need to get another microphone over here so you guys can hear everything that's taking place. So everybody hang tight. We're over here talking about how the radio station got started. Hey, you deal with talking for a few seconds and ask some more questions, and I'll get the mic moved.
Okay, so you hypnotize people to help when they have problems, issues.
Anything they want to work on with themselves, personality-wise, fear-wise.
Have you ever done any where you have people like clucking like a chicken or, done the funny stuff?
That's stage hypnosis. That's more for show.
Oh, so you don't know how to do that?
Well, I do, but
Justin.
Yeah, but you know, like when he forgot his, I tell you don't remember your name, and I was like, "What's your name?" He was looking around like, "I know I knew it a minute ago." No, really, I like to do it more for therapy, not for show. You know, not for entertainment. I'm like serious one-on-one. What do you want to work on? I'm going to try my best to help you. I'll leave you with the keys to come back here whenever you want to. I always do. Anyone I hypnotize, I say you can always come back here.
Okay.
So basically leaving you the key to the door of your own control room.
Well, that's cool because that's what he and I were talking about, that it would be funny, like, because, we have this bell over here that when somebody says something and it's a message, we usually, and it'd be funny, like, if, one of us rung the bell.
Well, maybe we should try something like that today.
It is just for fun, so I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Have Scotty clucking like a chicken. Or have him.
I still say I want to hear Steph talk like she's from Britain. All right, I'm gonna try this mic and see where we're at. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's loud. Yeah.
1 2 1 2. I just figured this way, anything that's happening in the room, hopefully you'll be able to catch. God, I look fat on film. They say it adds 10 pounds. I think I just added a 9-month baby.
ADD radio right there at its finest.
Like a squirrel.
Yeah.
You can come on in over here and sit down. Well, which chair?
Oh, he can take that one.
Okay. Heath just joined us. He was interested.
1 2 1 2.
He was interested in coming in today and checking this out because he would like to quit smoking.
Oh. Okay.
And I've heard that people go to a hypnotist to quit smoking, lose weight, which that's something I'm interested in. I've even seen where people were going to therapy because they were cheating on their spouse. I saw that on a program. I don't know if you've heard of people doing that.
Stephanie, that was just called Busted. You saw that on television.
Was it just called Cheaters?
It was called Cheaters.
He shut the show down after he got shot, I think. He's like, not enough of this, man.
Steph's like, just because I saw it on TV don't make it real, right?
It's a mental process that make people do things like that. It's like something that anything could trigger them to want to, like a cigarette. Certain times a day you used to smoking. Like I have the same problem. Like I said before, it's harder to hypnotize yourself than it is to do someone else. So that's a problem I need to deal with, But as far as just like smoking cigarettes, like you wake up in the morning, you used to lighting that cigarette up when you get up.
Mm-hmm.
After you eat breakfast or drink your coffee, you used to having a cigarette. When you get in your car and you turn it on, that's time to get your cigarette out, start smoking before you drive.
Mm-hmm.
So basically all you're doing is changing those triggers, putting something else in place of that, And it takes more than one session really for the smoking. You would do one session, it would take the urge away. The second session would take it away a little more. And then the third session, which is what will really make it permanent because your brain's already training itself. And then, as everyone knows, after 30 days, anything you do for 30 days becomes a habit.
Good morning.
You're muted.
Hey, hang on a second, because you called right in the middle of him. Go ahead, because we already got you now. Hello. Oh, I muted the button because I was thinking it was going to mute him for a second, and it didn't. Go ahead with what you're saying. He's going to call back though.
Well,
yes, he will call
like
back.
with the smoking, 3 sessions, usually 3 sessions, you're good. It's if you really want to quit. If you don't want to quit and you're just playing around, well, yeah, I'm gonna go see if it works, but you really still want to smoke, more than likely your mind's gonna overpower that and you're gonna go right back to smoking. Now, if you really want to quit and you're trying to find a way and you do this, it's gonna work.
Right.
Yeah, like my husband, he smoked for
Hold on one second. Any caller that calls in, I'm gonna go ahead and patch you in because the phone will keep ringing. But wait till I say, go ahead, caller. That way we can finish talking what we're talking about. Because I don't want to keep interrupting, but at the same time, I do want callers. So just keep in mind when you call in, I'm gonna answer it, but just hold on just a second before you start talking, because we're behind that 30 seconds reality. Go ahead, Steph. Sorry.
But yeah, my husband, he had smoked for many years. Many. I mean, I think he was maybe 16 when he started.
Yeah.
The day after Christmas 2 years ago, he smoked his last cigarette. Never picked up another one.
He was done.
Yes, he was done.
I'm done.
He was done. And I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people may not believe in this, but I prayed about it, and I asked for strength for him and myself to give it up, because we have a daughter that needs us. So we don't need that cigarette.
So after you prayed, he stopped?
Yes. Yes.
So you know what that was, right?
Yes.
You manifested that with your prayer. You put intention toward
and
it.
I needed y'all to stop because I couldn't take care of Ashley.
I know.
Let's see.
I'm way too busy. And do you know what I would do to that poor child's life? I mean, good Lord. It'd be a good thing that she can't verbally speak, because she'd rat me out on all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that she
Crystal, guess what Scotty did today?
would. She loves her Uncle Scotty and her Aunt Crystal.
I would be in all sorts of trouble. And then we'd be hypnotizing Crystal. Don't beat the DJ. Don't beat the DJ. Put down the gun. So
Yeah.
anyways.
What I was going to say was, with me for smoking, if I can just get rid of that, a pack of cigarettes one pack will usually last me 2 to 3 days. I smoke less
That's
than.
not bad then.
No, it's just those. It's like you were saying. You have those small moments where the urge just hits you, and that's your time.
Good morning.
I do most of my smoking.
That means he didn't listen.
Yep.
I do most of my smoking when I get in the car.
Yeah.
Or if I'm working, or when I'm at home, or if I'm doing something physically active. I can keep myself distracted enough
until you're done.
Until I'm done. Then I want it to relax. And no matter what I try to get rid of that last little bit of urge, I can't get rid of it.
So what it is basically is when you're doing something, when you're done, you feel like you're rewarding yourself with the cigarette. Well, when I get done, I'll smoke cigarette.
Well,
something like that.
Something like that. I wouldn't want to go so far as to say call it a reward for myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've read these studies where they say that cigarette smoking, it does, as bad as it is for you, in certain instances, it can help you relieve stress, or it can help calm you down if you're excited or anxious or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, how does it make you feel when you do smoke that cigarette?
Well, number one, physically, it makes me feel fine.
It's the mental thing.
Mentally, I feel, I guess, for lack of a better word, I feel guilty on myself afterwards. Because,
I mean, while you're smoking, how do you feel?
I don't know. I hadn't really ever thought about it.
Because there's got to be a reason you want that cigarette. Like me, I know my reason.
I think the reason is because it's been a 20 plus year habit.
So it's more of a habit thing.
So okay. I mean, I've been smoking since I started smoking when I was 15, and I just turned 40 at the end of last year. So we're looking at a 25 plus year. And I've quit before in the past, but it's never stuck. I'll quit for a month, I'll quit for 3 months, I'll quit for 6 months.
Start back.
And then there's some kind of trigger. It used to be when I would quit and I would go to the bar, And then, you know, when I was drinking, I had to smoke. Well, I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I made a conscious decision to not drink. And then 2 years I've had maybe 5 beers, just, you know, for my own personal reasons.
Yeah.
So, but that's when I've always wanted to smoke, was that was the biggest thing when I was drinking. That's when I would want the cigarettes the most.
That was your trigger. That trigger is what made you want that cigarette.
I guess.
Yeah.
But now it's just, excuse me. I thought I think it's just getting over that last little urge to, you know, cause I've had family members that take the cigarettes and wake up in the morning and say, I just don't want them, and put them in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried that and end up on my way to work, stopping and buying a pack of cigarettes, you know, or by lunchtime after I got to work, buy the pack of cigarettes. So for me, like I said, it's just trying to get rid of that last little, gotta have it urge. Cause there's times in the mornings where I'll wake up and I won't smoke the first cigarette of the day for an hour, 2 hours after I wake up, or whenever I get in the car, whichever comes first. Is most like I say, most of my smoking comes in the car or when I'm at work.
Well, then at those times, you need to find something else that you could do instead of smoke. Something else, like I guess when that trigger comes, change that to you doing something different than smoking.
Do something positive.
Like maybe at this time of day, instead of a cigarette, you know, I have a craving for some gum or something. You know what I'm saying?
My father, when he quit smoking, he would he had a piece of hard candy, and now, you know, 20 years later, it's not hard candy anymore. But when he wakes up, when he gets up from the dinner table, he'll go straight to his chair, kick his recliner back, and my mother keeps a bowl of assorted candies on his table, and he'll eat 2 or 3 candies, and that's it.
Well,
so
changing that trigger is what would change it, because I mean, you're not as bad as some people. Like you say, a pack will last you maybe 2-3 days,
right?
Like, so I know some people 2 packs a day, easy. You know, I smoke maybe a pack a day, and I know even that's not good. It's gotta have to stop. You know, so hey, change that trigger to something else. Instead of you smoking, you might want some candy, you might want a toothpick, you might want some gum. But it can all be done. It can be done, but it will only work if you're ready for it to work. And it is possible. Don't think it's impossible.
there's some personal things, and you know, going on in my life, where it's something that and maybe as a smoker, you'll understand this. Maybe some of the listeners who are smokers, maybe they'll understand this. My father, who was a smoker for, you know, close to 40 years, he looked at me and said, "That's the dumbest thing I ever heard." But I've wanted to quit for a long time, but I wasn't ready.
Right. You have to be ready.
And you know, I've been saying, I know for at least 5 or 6 years, I want to quit. I want to quit. I want to quit. But I also knew, in the same breath, as much as I wanted to quit, I also knew that I wasn't ready. So, and you know, and I'm ready to quit now. It's just finding something to get me past those, you know, those cravings and those urges, you know, when I get in the car, or, you know, when I sit down at the end of the day, or I'm getting ready to go to bed, you know, because like I say, I smoke. I don't smoke very much at home. It's when I'm away from home where I do most of my smoking.
The environment, that's what you used to.
I never had the urge or want to quit. I've been smoking since I was 9, and
get up on that mic more.
That's never been. I mean, I've had people ask me to quit and everything. I just can't.
Well, it won't happen until you're ready. So I mean, he's ready. For him to come on and say, "Hey, I want to quit," that's like the biggest step you could have took towards quitting, just by coming on and saying, "Hey, I'm ready to stop."
It's already instilled in your head.
Already instilled. Yeah. So basically, all you need now is the keys to your control room to go and hit that button and make it go away, and change that trigger to something else.
If it's something that we can do here, something that can get accomplished, you know, by the end of the day, you know, shoot.
And while you're talking, it's already being done, whether you know it or not. We just haven't gone through the motions yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, are you ready to?
Hold on one second. He answered my personal number. because we have a young lady from San Diego area that was calling in, and actually she just tried to call back this phone number, so I'm just dialing her back. Yes. And
I was just gonna say I have from Jacob Heath. He said Altoids helped him.
yes, he carries those around like it's nothing.
Your call has been forwarded to
Nikki Taylor.
is not available.
And she literally, I must have sent her the wrong. Yes, I did. I sent her the wrong number. Trying to type real fast, you send the wrong stuff.
Yes. Especially when you're dyslexic.
Well, I was just
not
trying
knocking on you.
Hey,
I'm not
really,
knocking on
really
you.
redneck.
I'm not knocking on you. I'm
I'm
saying.
dyslexic, and you see things blurry.
Only sometimes.
Your call has been forwarded.
When your glasses are off.
Yeah.
She has one of two problems. Either there's glasses are not on, or the beer goggles are.
Well, when my glasses aren't on, that's how everything looks. Now that my eyes don't focus like they used to.
Chick, you never focus. Hey, this is DJ Scotty. I sent you the wrong number by accident. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So what you got?
Okay. I was just calling in. I'm Apostle Keys, and I was calling in to speak about why I smoked.
Okay, let's hear it.
And why I stopped. But I'm going to turn down my laptop because that's how I listen to you guys.
Oh, yeah, please do, because it'll start echoing.
Okay, I'm going to mute it real quick and run across the house and turn it down.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
But here's what's cool, y'all. This just shows what we said about how our reach goes all over the world.
Yes.
Because this is San Diego right now.
And we have listeners in Qatar.
You're right.
Am I saying that right?
You got a few listeners with a guitar.
I didn't say
hear me?
Go ahead, ma'am.
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Smoked. I heard everything. My reason for smoking, it was a crutch, and it was something to do. I used to use it as an excuse to say, I need to get away from the kids. I needed a 5-minute break. And then when the kids got older, it was just something that I did. And then when I finally processed it all in life and happiness, I just said, no, I don't feel like it anymore. And I tossed them.
So you just had enough willpower to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I'm listening to the guest speaker. Thank you, sir, and thank you all for everything.
You're welcome.
Listening, I wanted to speak that I was afraid, and it was something for me to do, but I really wasn't doing anything, and so it clicked in my head. And then when I realized that I wasn't doing anything and that wasn't doing anything for me, I just tossed them and walked off. And I want to thank you guys for that.
And see, sometimes it's great to have that power. I know I developed the drinking problem back in '99, and vodka mixed too easy with everything.
Wow.
And the day that my father walks up to me, now not counting on my driving home while being drunk and not even think about the fact you're drunk because you drank so much vodka that it seemed normal. But the day that
you drank yourself sober.
Right. So the day that I walked out I was in Golden Corral with the whole family at a table like this. And my grandmother was sitting next to me, and I walked outside with my orange juice. I went to the Dodge truck, opened the console, a travel bottle of Absolute. Because as long as you kept the travel bottles, you throw them out the window, you never get open container. That's when you know you have a drinking problem. When you have a rule that explains how you're not going to get arrested.
System.
Right, you got a system. So I pour the Absolute in there, I stir it up, I go sit back down at the table, I set it down, and my dad's sitting about where Brian is, and my dad walks over and whispers in my ear. He says, "Listen, I think this has gone too far." He said, "One thing showing up to my house smelling like that. It's one thing to do this all the time and you get away with it at work, but you're sitting next to your grandmother and I can smell the vodka. This has gone too far." And that, along with other things, was enough for me to say, this has consumed me and I'm allowing this to take control of me. And the other part too is is when you start out gradually doing it, making excuses on why you're doing it. And then tomorrow, those
Justifying
excuses, yes, this becomes simpler to justify. Each day, you're okay with it, you know? Well, it's okay. I'm just doing this at lunch. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to have a second one at lunch. It's okay. And then it's break time. I think I can go to the truck real quick. Nobody's going to know. It's okay. And I started finding that everything to do with me was starting to get worse. And when you're depressed, and because let's face it, I feel like that's where I was at my life. There was something that of course, I'm not going to go into the details, but there was something bothering me that was making me do this. And then once you're depressed, you do more of it, and then you do more of it, and people need to face it.
Effect.
Alcohol is a depressant. If you're feeling low and you drink alcohol, you're just going to make yourself feel lower. Then you're just going to drink more, thinking you're going to get over what it is that's making you feel lower, and you can't drink it under the table. It doesn't disappear.
I think what it is when you're dealing with like cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, or anything else, you're using that to fill an empty void that you don't know what to do with. So when you start using something to make you feel a little better, to fill that void, then you become dependent on it. And then it becomes a problem because you need more and more of it to fill a bigger and bigger void when, you know, basically got to get to the source of why that void's there and what are you going to put in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like you got the radio station, you filled your void with this consumes your whole void.
And now it helps so many people. And, you know, I always joke about the haters, but I'm like, on the big scale of things,
you need the haters. That's how you
they make me famous. All the haters are making me famous.
A fan is a fan.
They're screaming, they hate me, but they're listening every day. And all the people they're screaming to says, I need to go check out what this dude is.
And when someone hears it out, like, man, he's cool.
That's right. I grab most of my people. I grab from my haters. You know,
you need to have a hater recruitment section.
That's right. I will start paying you. Hate on me more. So, but caller, so you're in San Diego. You've decided you're going to just lay down the cigarettes, and you did it.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That is awesome. That is great for willpower.
Congratulations.
And some people have that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for speaking the truth. You guys speak the truth, and I wanted to speak the truth. It started out as an excuse because I was a tired mother. I was a tired single mother, and smoking was my way to get away. And now that they're older and everything, and I see it, and I realize it, you guys spoke the truth, and thank you for that. I never spoke this before.
Well, and the good thing is living. I've said it so much; it's almost like my stick, my thing. But I tell people, just be real. I mean, if you're real to yourself and real with yourself, you're going to be real to the person next to you. And the problem is there's so many people that are being fake and they're not being per se trying to be fake to other people, but they're being fake to themselves
to fit in.
Yeah. And then what they're doing is the person that they're trying to fit in with starts being fake.
I wrote an article on something like that, and I called it "I am not a sheep."
Yes.
Because, you know, a sheep will follow another sheep off a cliff. They don't know where they're going.
That's
like the dodo
I think
bird.
I'd rather be a goat because he's going to be on the hill looking down on the sheep like they so stupid.
That's right. You know,
it's easy to follow. It's easy to follow the regular crowd because you fit in. It's comfortable. You don't have to ask questions or answer them. But when you stand apart, no one can come and say, hey, let's go do this. And you're going to think, well, hey, you know, I ain't got time for that because you got to make your own decisions. So, I mean, fit in with yourself first, and everyone else will have to fit in with you.
That's right.
You know.
And look, here I say this all the time about the motorcycle world, and because I see it different, and I make everybody else see it different, then they go, "Huh, I never thought about that."
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how it works. So you want to be a rebel, you want to be an outcast, you want to stand all alone and do what you want to do. So you buy a bike. And you don't care what your shoes look like. You don't care what your pants look like because you just want to get on that bike and you just want to ride and F the world. I just want to be me. Then all of a sudden you're hanging out with 5 or 6 other guys and you're trying to make your bike pretty. Or you're trying to have the leather jacket they have. Or you're trying to have the helmet they have. Next thing you know, the 1 or 2 of you that really just wanted to ride and not fit in because you didn't want to fit in. You didn't care about fitting in, which is why you wanted to be a biker to begin with. Now all of a sudden you're trying to fit in a clique.
In a category.
So now,
to a certain group of
so your
people.
reasoning for starting out was you wanted your freedom and you wanted to enjoy being somebody. Now you're in a clique and you might as well be in high school all over again.
Yeah.
So And that's the only way I can really explain it, because I can't tell you how many people I know that have went out and bought a bike and totally become somebody they're really not. And I just shake my head.
Caught up in
It's actually caused me and the bike world a little bit of problem, because I'm telling the truth. I'm just speaking the truth, and people are like, "Nah, that's not how it is." It is how it is.
Well, I mean, it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with networking and joining with people who have the like mind of what you want to do. I mean, that's exciting if you meet someone who's into the same thing you're into. But when you take it to another level and be like, we're going to be like this, and everyone has to conform to that, the fun's gone.
There's no fun to it, you know.
Yeah.
I heard when that show, the Ozzy Osbourne show was still on.
The Osbournes.
The Living with the Osbournes, or Ozzy Knows Best, or whatever it was.
The Osbournes.
I heard Ozzy tell Kelly, his daughter, on one show, one of those episodes where he was actually coherent enough where you didn't have to read
understand him.
You didn't have to read the subtitles. But he told Kelly she was I think she was still like 15 or 16 years, not quite 18, but she was pitching a fit, stomping her feet, wanted a tattoo. She was going to get a tattoo. When she turned 18, she was going to get a tattoo. And Ozzy said, well, if you want to be different, don't get a tattoo.
Right.
He said, look at how old I am. He said, all these tattoos I've got. He said, I got them thinking I was going to stand out. Well, now everybody on the planet has a tattoo.
Yeah.
He said, you want to be different, do something different?
Don't get one.
Don't get a tattoo.
That's it.
Get a brand.
All right, Colin. Well, look, we're fixing to shoot off because we're going to see if one of us can get hypnotized. I appreciate you calling in, and thanks for listening.
Thank you very much for listening.
Still there?
Did we lose her?
She might have hung up. Well, she's probably back to listening, so I do appreciate you calling in. Thanks for calling in. That's awesome. And what's awesome is that you see it.
Yes, and
you see that you needed to. You fixing to see me shock you. She can see that she needed to quit smoking. She can see what the truth is, and she can see when other people are speaking the truth as well. Sometimes the truth hurts. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth, but your family needs you. Your kids need you. You know, your kids, whether you're a financial provider or a taking care provider, your family needs you no matter what. No matter what. And I mean, for instance, Brian, his son needs a place to sleep while Brian's cutting the grass. You know, you gotta, nobody can just give up. You gotta have the willpower to want to survive.
And that Mustang needs a job.
And I'm waiting for him because I need to drive that car.
I don't mean to get off the subject. Have you ever ridden with him before?
No, I've ridden behind him.
Hey, just
he knows 2 speeds, right? Stop and wide
go.
open.
No, only speed I've ever known to ride with him was haul ass.
Look,
well, that's what I'm saying. Stop and wide open.
So I'm behind him at a red light. He didn't really realize it's me, and I just start videoing.
Yeah,
and I'm like rolling the window. Well, actually, the windows were up, and I just turned the radio down, and you just hear. As soon as the light turns, it's not that he even kicked it, but it's just like, whoa! It's like, oh my God.
That was the day you got the ticket.
Yeah. I sent him the video, and I'm like, dude, I need to ride behind you one day and just watch you go, like ease it off the line and get like 5 or 10 miles an hour.
Man.
And me behind you at 5 or 10 and then just stomp it and just watch you
I would
just
get
disappear.
pulled over at least two times a month. At one time, a cop pulled me over and he said, do you know how many times your tag's been ran this week? I'm like, no. He's like, 10 times. 10. Your car's attracting too much attention. It's not my fault.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get pulled over and they just want to look at my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell you that.
Back in the day, I had a Chevette. The speed was not why I got pulled over.
I know that's right.
But I didn't have a back seat in it. From the day my mother bought it, it didn't come with a back seat. Okay. So when I turned 14 and 15, I already had plans.
Like, and this, back there?
Well, this is when all that was just coming about. So I literally built a box that would have been where the seat was, and it had 4 15s.
You had a wall.
Wasn't a redneck box that you built out of a cardboard box.
No, this was totally built right. My buddy Tommy's dad was a carpet guy. That's how I learned to carpet and do carpet, because he showed us how to carpet it perfectly in the garage. But it was just amazing. And then we got pulled over, and amps were just starting to be. You didn't have amps back then. You had power boosters and EQs. Yeah, you didn't have amps.
Yeah.
And we got pulled over, and each one of the 15 was on a 200-watt pyramid 12-band EQ.
I already know.
So my glove box looked like an airplane. So when you pulled up next to us, because you didn't have even tinted windows hardly back then, they would just be sitting next to us and looking in the passenger window at all the lights, and then they'd go whoop, 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 and pull you over, and you're like, did I do anything wrong? They're like, no, man, I just want to check out your glove box. Let me catch this call.
I thought you had a James Bond call.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey.
Hey, you got it right this time.
Good morning, DJ Scotty.
What's happening?
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I wanted to thank you for slapping me in the face all those months ago, because I'm going to tell you my personal story, and then
hold on now. Hold on. If you are going to tell your personal story and shed all your crap over the fake girl, we ain't got time for that. We already gave you more time over that fake girl than you ever deserved.
Well, she was my crutch, but that's not why I'm calling.
Okay. Well, he started dating a girl through the internet, and we kept saying that it was fraudulent, that it wasn't as real as he wanted to believe it was. So give me a fast version of the story, because we're fixing to go to the hypnotizing.
Well, long story short, I guess. That's why I turned to softball and God, because I realized that girlfriend was my crutch. So now I have turned to God and softball.
Well, that's cool, Drew.
That is. I mean, at least you accept it. You acknowledged it.
And thanks for telling me good morning.
He was talking to Who Matters.
Well, he does that every time.
Good morning, right next Steph. But dude, that's why they call you an ordained minister, because you
I actually married bride. Now that I was just sitting here talking about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, the zombie wedding.
That's why you slapped me in the face.
Could you rephrase slapped you in the face? We don't want people believing that I just walked up and pow right there in the kisser.
He made you open your eyes.
Yes.
Well, let me put it this way. You mentally slapped me in the face.
Okay.
Not physically. Mentally slapped me in the face. But on the subject of smoking and drinking, my father is a huge smoker, and he's trying to quit, and he's trying to stop, but I'm very proud of him. He's smoking less and less every day.
Well, that's good news.
And I found myself in a little bit of alcohol depression because the softball season is over, and the season will never happen again because we're merging with Georgia State and the staff is full. So I'm not gonna lie, it actually happened this week. I drank one on Thursday, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, which was yesterday, and then I'm probably not going to drink one today because I actually turned to God. And thank you for slapping me in the face on that subject that we will not mention so many months ago, because now I actually understand what it's like to serve God, because he's actually called me to serve him in 2 places in the past month.
Awesome, Drew.
Cool, Drew.
Well, look, let me get out of here because, I try not to get too much religion pumping. I appreciate you, though, brother. Well, let me get out of here. We're gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'm sure people are gonna go have a cigarette real quick, and then we're gonna come right back and do some hypnotizing.
That's why I just want to thank you.
Well, you're welcome
for being there when nobody else was.
I try to be there when nobody else is, but they filed stalking charges against me.
Stalking?
I've been hanging out with DJ Steph too much. What do you think, DJ Steph? God, that's even worse.
DJ
Thank you,
Redneck.
brother.
No, I don't know.
All right, man. Let me get out of here. We're going to get to this. We'll be right back, everybody. Thanks for calling in.
Bye, Drew.
All right, everybody, hang tight. Steph turned the camera on me while I was laughing about something else, which y'all didn't see on camera. I'm over here doing. All right, everybody,
Yeah.
we'll be right back. It's just fun in the morning. And I got to Jeff said I could drink a beer and I think I'm sexy. Then I drink more beer and I'm more sexier.
Was he drunk when he called? Does he just talk like that?
Oh, Jeff?
Yeah.
No, that's Drew. He does. She'll explain.
He has cerebral palsy. So yeah, he talks like that. Yeah, I've known Drew. Gosh, he's 21 now. I've known him about 10 years. He went to school with my daughter. So they went.
Where's she at? Home sleep.
No, she's still in school. She's got one more year. We found out. Because all along we've been told that when she turned 21, that was going to be her last year of school. And they actually told us that she can go to her 22nd birthday, and if she turns 22 within the they'll let them finish that semester.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that her 22nd birthday is in April during the third term semester, so she'll be able to complete one whole nother school year.
But she'll be able to graduate.
Oh yeah, yes, oh yes. They've already started sending the stuff home.
Oh,
No, that makes you proud, right?
It does.
I have
Proud
5 kids,
and
and I can
sad.
imagine how it's gonna be. My daughter got principal's list. I was like, I never got principal's list.
So I'm gonna cry like a baby when she gets her diploma, because she's the
my
only
ex-wife wants me to
kid.
be mad at my oldest son because he got C's, or he got 2 C's, and the rest were A's, and he freaking.
I used to get F's. I'm happy for C.
Yeah, me too. I was like, a C?
I have a report card. Look, I have a
makes a
report
passing
card
grade.
from when I was. My mom saved my report card because I got a C. They gave me $100 because I got a C.
Yeah, because at least
I'm
you
like, how do I
passed.
be
Hey, a
mad
win
at
is a
them?
win, man. Whether it's
That's
by
right.
1 point or 100.
Yeah, don't get upset.
Who are we starting with?
Me, I guess, because Stephanie's chickening out.
Are you chickening out?
Man, look
No,
at this.
I'm
I've
not
got to
chickening
clean this
out.
office up. Golly.
I'm not chickening out.
Why you gotta go first?
It's your station.
She had to come up with an excuse. It's your
Boss
station.
has to lead by example.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Follow the leader.
I was wanting to be able to sit here and describe everything that's happening. Are you going to be able to do that?
Well, I've got Brian
And look,
and Heath.
I want to
here that
ask
can
you a
help me.
question. I blew my nose a few minutes ago, and my nose was bleeding, and you just let me sit here and didn't tell me.
I didn't see any blood.
I went a minute ago to blow my nose, and I was like, my nose is bleeding, man.
I didn't see
Some
any
kind of
blood.
second. Just because I'd let Monica Lewinsky be on you doesn't mean you should let it be on me.
Yeah, and you did. You did. You. No
Wait,
sooner than he gets
could
it
you
out of
please
his
explain
mouth.
that? Quit
Wait a
saying
minute.
you did.
Wait a minute.
When I hear Monica Lewinsky on somebody, that just gives me.
And she's going, you did. You did.
You did.
Because I did.
And there was a
Whoa.
black shirt.
Wait a
We
minute.
were at
Oh,
an
man.
event. We were
All
at
over
an
shirt.
event. We were eating white
You
chocolate.
can't even wipe that out with a wet rag.
We were eating white chocolate strawberries. And he tells me, he hands them to me, and he says, whatever you do, don't drop it on your black shirt. No sooner do I get it up to my mouth.
Do y'all hear this? This is crazy.
It goes on my black shirt right here.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And yes, you're right. You can't get the white chocolate off because I tried.
hand puppet. I keep.
It's not a hand puppet. It's actually an
Okay.
8-ball, but
I've
I've had
had one of these. That was the hand puppet. And you just sit there. I missed him.
But yeah, I tried to wipe it off and just smeared it worse.
Yeah.
So then it was just.
Oh, you can see all my junk in the floor. Jesus Christ. What a mess.
that
All right,
makes
let's
me
go back
clean
live.
it
We're running
up.
out of time.
Yeah, we're running out.
All right, everybody, we're coming back. And if you're watching video, I'm like, golly, my floor. You can see where everything gets thrown from the desk where you can see it. Now we just put it in the floor so you can't see it. And now you can see it.
Yes, you can see it. Well, are you ready?
But look,
What are we looking at over here?
Your butt.
what
Oh.
you can see is the
Brian Mahaffey.
and of course that's in the floor.
Yeah, and you
But
go and put it back in the floor.
Because that's where I store stuff right now.
That's the filing cabinet.
Yeah.
It's filed in the section. All right, I'm gonna put this mic over here. We're gonna turn the other mic on. Does everybody hear that pretty good now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice little echo.
Yeah, a nice little echo.
But unfortunately, it's the best way. So if he comes over here and sits down or stands or whatever he plans on doing.
And I grabbed the phone in case we have callers while this is going on, or do you want me not to answer the calls?
It'd probably be better not to answer.
Okay, so while
no
this
calls.
is going on, please do not call right now.
I'm muting
Make it a little silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially not the prank calls. Whoever's doing that.
Need the lights.
Now, do they need to be quiet?
Yeah, I mean, they're fine. They're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna mute all the mics but that one.
You don't have any back problems, do you?
Yeah. Why?
Do you have back problems? Okay, I just need to know which induction I want to use depending on your.
You gonna try to make me levitate? You gonna try to make me float?
No, nothing like that.
You need to turn that.
And you don't plan on bowing me over this desk because why else would you be asking if my back's hurt?
Certain techniques that you don't.
We got the camera set. That's going to be
okay.
So
yeah, I don't want to do that one if you have back problems.
Yeah, I've had 2 back surgeries.
Okay, cool. We'll do it differently.
Okay.
We'll do it differently. You may have to take your glasses off.
Steph's sitting here talking about making people quack like a duck, and he's like, "You got back problems? Why? You plan on bowing me over the table?" Good Lord, I didn't sign up for this. What did you send him as a private message that I didn't know about? All right, I'm gonna start muting some mics.
Order up.
All right, I think I'm gonna mute me, and
Okay.
I'm gonna leave y'all's going, but that way you can still talk, but not yet be quite so loud.
Okay.
I'm just saying, well, because I don't know what we need to do or not need to do, but let's just try this and see what happens, everybody.
Yes, because we don't want to distract.
And I'm gonna hold this in case I get scared, because I'm gonna be like, but I'm gonna sit like this.
No, because he'll put you in a trance to where you hold that button constantly on me.
He'll have you zapping yourself.
Yeah.
We don't want them to zap yourself.
People have been begging for that since it wasn't no video last time.
Yes, they have.
Out here. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Take another deep breath. Let it out. One more deep breath. Let it out. This is what I want you to do. Open your hand up. And I want you to focus here on this line here. All your focus is on this line. Block the rest of the room out as you focus on this line. And you notice that as you focus on that line, your focus
looks like he's about to slap himself in the face.
Imagine in your mind you're still focusing on this line. Now, as you're focusing on this line, there is a string that is attached from this finger to this point of your head. That string is slowly pulling your hand towards your face. Once your hand touches your face, you'll feel relaxation go from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And that's fine. And I'm here to catch you in case you want to fall forward and let that relaxation flow through you. Now your hand is slowly coming towards your face. If that string is pulling your hand. Once your hand touches your face, you can just slay more relax. As I drop your hand, 10 times more relax. And I'll take your left hand, and as I drop this hand, 10 times more relax. Now you focus on your breathing. Every time you breathe in and breathe out, when you exhale, the relaxation flows even more down through your body. And this is okay. This feels good. And this relaxation is taking you to another place. Every cell of your body is relaxed now as you are at your 0 point. This is your control room. And you can let this relaxation flow through your body as you breathe. And focus on your breath. All the sounds around you take you deeper and deeper and deeper into relaxation. And I'm counting down from 5 to 1. And when I get to 1, you'll be 20 times more relaxed and more focused than ever. 5, deeper and deeper. 4, even deeper than before. 3, calm and relax. 2, deeper and deeper into relaxation. 1, and 0. And we'll focus on more relaxed now. Now this place where you're at, this is your control room. You can come in whenever you want. All you have to do is count back from 5 to 0. Close your eyes and you'll be back in this relaxed state. More relaxed than ever. And as you focus on my voice, nod your head, you can still hear me. Good. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper into relaxation. I'm going to take your left hand. And once this hand falls on your lap, you're just going to let that relaxation go through and just let it go. Good. You're going to take your right hand and just relax. And once this hand comes down on your leg, 20 times more relaxed. More relaxed, more relaxed. Focusing on your breath. And just letting all that relaxation flow through your whole body. Because every time you hear this bell ring, you'll begin to laugh, and it'll be so funny. You don't have to know why it'll be funny, but it will be funny, and you'll laugh uncontrollably.
will stop laughing when you hear me snap my finger like this. And that's okay, and that's fine. And if that's okay with you, nod your head. Do you want to laugh? That's fine. More and more relaxed, more and more relaxed. Just let that relaxation flow through your whole body. Because when you hear this bell, you want to laugh. It'll be funny. It'll be so funny. It'll make you feel good, and that's fine. And it's okay that you laugh. And when you hear me snap my fingers, it won't be funny anymore. And that's fine. That's okay. And if you don't want to laugh, that's okay too. What's important is that you're in this relaxed state that you're in now, that you can always come back to whenever you want. Counting back from 5 to 1 to 0, you can come back to this place. And this is your control room. Now, I'm going to count to 3 to snap my fingers. And when I snap my fingers, you're going to open your eyes, feeling fully relaxed and fully rested. 1, 2, and 3. Good. How'd that feel? Felt pretty good.
It's wicked, dude.
It's like you never felt that relaxed. You just let go of everything.
Well,
right?
everything. This is no lie. I'm hearing everything.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And when I feel you moving me, but there was no holding it back either. There was no stopping it. And then when you're telling me to laugh or something, I'm like, this everything with me wasn't moving. Yeah. Nothing was moving. And I'm just like,
say yeah, no, yeah or nay. So it's like, okay, he's in a great area with this one.
I feel like I just took a friggin' power nap.
You look like it.
I mean,
yeah, you look like
it. You got the droopy eyes.
Dude,
and
I'll tell you, I felt like I had just fallen asleep watching CSI and just woke up and said, damn, I didn't
Did everything slow down? Like, you know,
everything slowed down.
Going.
And I'm aware of it, but you're literally, when you lift my hand up and drop my hand, I'm just like, it just, you could have taken and done whatever, and I would have just been with you. But then you say something about laughing or whatever, and it's just like, there was no movement. I was just there.
Yeah, I was like, nod your head. Yes, you were just like, I was like, okay, you don't want to laugh.
But I was there. I mean, dude, that was.
What's important is
you're in another place. You are. Yeah, you're in another place.
You know, you honest to God looked like you were sound asleep, sitting straight up.
Yeah.
I was seeing waves of light.
Yeah.
Just waves of light, like. And as stupid as this is, I don't know, because of where I went, I could just hear it sound like the ocean.
Yeah.
I was just
you at your 0 point.
That's your place. Everybody has a different place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at a lake and I had a chest, like a treasure chest in it.
Right.
But everybody's place is different.
And I didn't see anything. I just kept seeing waves of light.
Right. And
but I mean, dude,
was it like white light or red light?
Well, it was like yellow. If you envision like seeing a sci-fi movie or something, and you see the waves of the sunburst or something, it was just something like that. I was just seeing waves of light, but I was like, if I got any more relaxed, I wasn't getting up.
But your body feels so.
But I hear it all.
Your body feels so rested right
now. And I heard everything. So when he's like, "You're gonna laugh," and I'm like, in my brain, it's kind of like, But there was no moving though.
Do something you don't want to do, even under hypnosis. If he didn't want to laugh, he's not gonna laugh.
And when you first said pull your hand back, I'm thinking, I don't feel any movement of my hand.
Your hand was like this, real. I was like, he's going kind of fast. I got to speed this up.
Right.
People that go like this and it'll go really slow, and I have time to talk. I was like, your hand's gonna slowly move. He goes.
So you didn't touch my hand.
I didn't touch your hand.
And in my mind, I was sitting here.
Once it touched your face, I held you like this.
See, and in my mind, I'm sitting here going, so I'm going to move my hand, right? So yeah, I'm going to move my hand, and it's not moving, and I'm thinking, and then I felt it touch my face. I was like, holy cow. But at the same time it touched my face was the same time that the waves of light started and everything was relaxed.
I wonder if that was like your aura or something.
I don't know, man. That was the coolest thing ever. I'm telling you, I feel like I just got 8 hours of sleep.
Wow. Yeah, you look well rested.
I feel like I just I don't. If you yelled fire right now, I don't think I'd be in a hurry to get out of here. I'm like, yeah, I needed that. That was perfect. Here, you come sit over here and let's see what happens. It's nothing bad. I mean, truthfully, you hear everything, you know.
You can't do.
Do I need to take my glasses off?
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't make you do anything you don't want to do.
So don't try to kiss him.
He's not my cousin.
That was
That's
cool.
a joke.
A lot better.
Well, because you don't.
I gotta let
because
the chair down.
is this mic still on?
Yes.
Okay, so you're sitting here telling yourself, because you don't want to be a skeptic per se, but you're telling yourself, I hear every word. And then it's so, and as he's like, and you're stare at this part of your hand, and I'm like, what's so funny is I got a pulled tendon or something right there. So I was like, I see it. And then within a second, he's like, and close your eyes. So I'm still envisioning staring at it. And then when he starts talking about the string with the finger, I'm thinking, yeah, that's not working. I mean, literally, I'm thinking that's not working. I don't feel that pulling that. Yeah. And then within a second or two, I'm still thinking my hand's not moved until I felt it touch my face. And then I was like, holy cow. But within a second of feeling it touch my face is when the lights kind of started going past my eyes. And I was kind of just drifting away. And literally, it was almost like an ocean sound. And I'm just like, holy, but you hear him clear as the day say, and with each breath, and I'm like, oh man, this is awesome, you know?
Like, I needed this.
Holy cow, dude. I mean, I always thought, no, there's no way, but that's awesome. And now I'm awake, and I really do. Like when he first woke me up, I literally felt like I just woke up from that. You know, you have that good sleep when you make yourself go to sleep, and then you have the ones where you accidentally go to sleep.
They're the best ones.
So those are the best ones, right? So I woke up like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just took a nap. I mean, that was bad. That was cool. That was cool. All right, go ahead, Steph. I'm gonna shut up.
I actually really wanted to work with you on something.
Okay.
And I think it will help. I think it will help.
Okay.
You told me about diabetes.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe we can go at this from a different level than medicine. It couldn't hurt.
No.
It couldn't hurt. But is it okay if I hypnotize you?
Yes.
Good. See your hand. Okay. Same thing like me and him just did. Just follow everything I say. Relax yourself, okay? Don't you stand here. At that point right there. Hold your focus there. Don't take your focus off of the area of your hand while you're staring. You notice now your focus changes. Close your eyes. There's a magnet on this finger which is connected here. And that magnet slowly pulling your hand towards your face. The closer it comes, the more relaxed you feel. And once it touches you, you can just relax and let that relaxation flow through your whole body. And it's okay. I'm here to catch you if you want to fall for it. Just let that relaxation soak in. More and more relaxed with every breath you take. This hand, this right hand falls to your left 20 times more relaxed from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet. Relax even more. Take this left hand and this hand touches your lap 20 times more relaxed. You can look to your 20 point down. If you can still hear my voice now, just say this. Okay, I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And when I get to 1, that relaxation will flow through every cell of your body. And that's okay. And you're happy with that. 5, deeper and deeper into relaxation. 4, more and more relaxed. 3, with every breath you take, more and more relaxed. 2, deeper and deeper. And 1, completely relaxed. Completely focused. And it's okay now. Because every cell of your body right now is working on any illnesses you have. Every cell of your body is programmed right now to heal your complete body and heal your complete mind. And that's okay. And right now where you're at, this is your control room. And you can control anything from here. And that's fine. And you're happy now because you know you're being healed. You're happy now because you know you don't need the medicine. Because you've been in control the whole time. And you can let that every cell in your body now start working on any problems you think you may have. Because now you know you have no problems. And it's okay to let this flow through your body as you breathe and exhale and relax more and more. Because now you're in control and you can come back to this place whenever you want. Simply by counting back from 5 to 0. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And you will be here. And that's okay. And you are happy now because you know now that every day, in every way, you are getting better and better. Better and better in every day in every way. And any stressful situations come your way, you'll come back to this calm place. And you'll just know that you are focused because you are in control. And that's okay. And you're happy with this now. And now not only do you know or believe, you feel in every cell of your body that you are getting better in every day in every way. And that's fine. And we are complete. And when I count to 3, Snap my fingers, you'll open your eyes feeling fully rested, fully relaxed, fully focused. 1, 2, and 3. And it's good to have you back.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm happy y'all had a chance to experience this. I'm really happy. That was awesome.
And what's so neat with me is I'm sitting over here, and usually about this time of the show, you know, we're getting close to that 10. We've been kind of pumped up and revved up, and towards the end of the show, it's kind of like being on stage. You start feeling it. So at the end of the show, we're usually like, you know, you're tired.
Yeah.
And now that I'm more awake, I'm like, good Lord, man. I felt like, look, I didn't come home from vacation feeling like this.
Yeah.
That's just pretty cool. That's just really cool.
Vacation from your vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this mic back on?
Yeah.
That
Yeah, because
was
I
loud.
was trying to cut the volume up on the big mic, so that you could hear some more in the sound of the room, and of course you could then hear everything we did. But I wanted people to be able to experience and hear it. It's just that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
I feel different. Feel like
We put some serious
lifted.
stuff in there this time.
Like
Yeah. we put some
like a
some
weight.
serious stuff in there, taking off for you.
yeah.
I mean, I truly feel really relaxed.
You know, it's
But
different.
not
it's
wound
different
up.
when you're on autopilot than when you're actually in the control seat. You're
Right.
in the cockpit and you're making things happen. And you know, it makes me feel good to be able to give y'all that opportunity to do that, because now
Right.
you have the keys now. And I left a way for you to go back, and you can go back whenever you want to go
Right.
back.
And
you
that
know
that place you took me, that's kind of like what I did to myself that time.
Yeah, when
But-
you zoned out.
But that, yeah, it's just wow, man.
Yeah.
Like I knew I did it that one time, and I knew I could force myself to do it, but it was never that easy. That time, that was easy. That was smooth.
Could you imagine if I could do this all day, every day?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
That was really cool. That was really neat. You want him to see if he can help you quit smoking?
I can give it a shot.
Let's do it.
Let's
Ain't
try
nothing
it.
but to try.
Hey, Steph, can I unplug this for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I kicked it and I didn't want to make a lot of noise on you. I'm gonna readjust that microphone real quick too. Man, that's just cool. This are those moments that's just so kick butt.
We're gonna do a different one. If you don't have any back problems or any mental problems or anything, it's
No,
okay.
here, I'll get this out of the way. So
We'll do a different one with you, because we did the same one with them too.
All right.
So this is what I want you to do. Take a deep breath. Breathe out.
This one, I wish I had that other board.
Yeah,
One more
he's gonna show
breath.
you a new way to.
Breathe out. And the last breath. Breathe out. Now, this is what I want you to do. Kind of lean forward just a little bit. Put your hands like mine, just like this. And this is what we're going to do. You're going to let your shoulders be loose. And you're going to follow everything I'm doing. But you don't want to rest your elbows. You want to keep it just like that. And just keep your arms nice and loose, okay? And you just follow what I'm doing. And as I go fast or slow, you try to match my speed up. And then what I want you to do is, once you clasp your hands like this, clasp them tight, I want you to focus here on your thumb right here. And as you focus, sleep, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, more and more relaxed. With every breath you take, more and more relaxed. I'm going to count down from 10 to 0. I want you to imagine yourself at the top of a flight of stairs. When you see yourself at the top of the flight of stairs, nod your head yes. You're going to walk down these stairs, and when you make it to the bottom of the stairs, I want you to imagine yourself falling out into a feathery bed, completely in a warm, safe, relaxing place. You're at the top of the stairs, and as you come down the stairs, you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Coming down the stairs, 9, deeper and deeper. 8, more and more relaxed with every breath you take. 7, deeper and deeper. 6, and it's okay, I got you. 5, 4, deeper and deeper. 3, 2, 1 more relaxed, and 1 completely relaxed, laying down in that soft bed, warm and safe. And if you can still hear my voice, nod your head yes. You know why we're here and what we came to work on, because you've already been pushed to do it. And you know what this is.
this is what we'll do now, because you know now you are ready, and it's okay that you can let the cigarettes go, because now instead of wanting that cigarette, you just want a piece of candy, a piece of gum, but you won't have the urge for that cigarette because the smell of cigarettes will make you nauseous. The thought of cigarettes makes you really not want one, and now that feeling or that void that you had can be filled. Simple piece of candy, a piece of gum, and that's okay. Because you are ready. We can take this away. And you don't need it anymore. And you realize now you don't need it anymore, and that's fine. From this day forth, you don't smoke. You never smoked. It's completely erased from your memory. That's not something you do. Any urges you feel, you know they're not yours because you are in control. And that's fine. And if you're okay with that, nod your head yes. Good. When I count to 3 and snap my fingers, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel fully relaxed, fully rested, fully focused. 1, 2, and 3. Welcome back.
Wow.
You can see it on your face.
Yeah.
That was loud.
Really?
I told you. That's why I told you to put headphones on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's not. And it's not that you don't hear them, and it's not that you. It's not like he's forcing you to lean forward. That's what was so cool about the experience. Like, because you're not fighting it, you're just going with it, and that's what makes it even more relaxing because it's just happening.
Well, I know.
Here, get on that bike a little bit, just so you can get a little clearer.
I know that I was leaned forward, but it is as much forward as I was leaned. I felt like there was maybe like there was a harness or something
holding you up.
And I don't know. I've bungee jumped before, and I've stood on the edge of that platform, and the guy, the safety guy at the top of the tower, he's holding the back of your harness, and you're completely relaxed. You're just all except for your legs standing there, and you're waiting for him to let you go, and that's kind of the way I felt.
So it's like you're over, but you don't feel the pressure of being over.
Did you notice how he was breathing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fully oxygenated, his body fully relaxed. I mean, really, that's how we're supposed to breathe, but we don't. But you know, you was in a safe place, man. I could tell.
And I mean, I felt fine when I came in, but now I feel good.
It's different, yeah.
I mean, I feel good.
People don't realize just being hypnotized balances your blood pressure. If you had high blood pressure, it's going to balance it.
Right.
It's going to balance because you're in such a relaxed state, you know.
And that
your
point
mental's clear.
That point that you're at is why people tell what, you know, you have so many people turning to yoga and so many people telling you to go out and meditate that because you can kind of put yourself in that same spot by meditation.
Well, the way the mind works,
right?
Your conscious is like the doorman at the club.
Okay.
Your subconscious, that's the party you're trying to get to.
Okay.
You got to get past the conscious to get to the party. Hypnosis just bypasses. Meditation helps you get past the doorway. Past the doorman. Yoga, different things like that, but it's a slow process. But with hypnosis, you're completely going past and you're in the party. You know,
no doubt.
I mean? So yeah, it's a lot easier that way. You don't have to do as much work. I'm not saying that it's not good to do the work to get to that state of mind, but some people just don't have the patience and time to do all of that stuff. But they need to get.
But you woke up with the look of what y'all described to me as having.
But the
same way you.
And I don't know if y'all's experience was like mine, but when he took my wrists and pulled me asleep or whatever, in that split second that he pulled me, I mean, it was like I felt all the tension in my shoulders, my back, and my.
I didn't want to do that one
like
with you.
jelly.
I mean, it was gone.
Right. Yeah.
But the thing is, and here's the thing I want people to know: this ain't none of this staged. I felt when he's telling me stare at my hand. It was so funny because I have a spot where I pulled something in my finger one time. So he pointed at that spot and he said, stare at that. As odd as it is, what made him point to that spot and say, stare at it. But it was so funny because as I was staring at it, I was like, man, that thing's a little swelled up. And then you're gone.
There's not even there, and you don't have really any kind of, you hear his voice, you hear what he's saying to you, and you know what's coming, but you have no clue what's coming.
That's right. Yeah. And you're not really in control. I mean, I guess if I wanted to fight it, I could have been in control, but I wasn't willing to fight it. So it was just kind of cool.
Well, see, that's where you're supposed to be when you go to sleep and you're actually
Here,
in
let me get
good
right there.
sleep,
You want me to
you're
get it real
supposed to
quick?
be there.
I don't.
You're supposed to be in that exact same spot when you get.
Go ahead and hit answer. Go ahead and hit answer. Sorry. I got it.
Just for fun radio.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. Oh, hold on. We got everything. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, what's happening?
You hear me?
Yeah. We just had all the mics changed. What's going on?
I got you. Not much.
Okay, that was a hang up.
And
That was
he
the
hung
next
up
thing.
because I said he was too loud.
Well, no, everything's been adjusted, which is why
nothing much click.
I've got that new board that lets everything run off the iPad, which today would have been perfect if I went ahead and had it hooked up. But
yes.
yeah, I will. Come Monday, we're gonna be using that. Oh
Monday
man, that was
at the ride.
oh crap. Well then Tuesday, I forgot we won't have a show Monday. I just thought
Right.
about that. All right, let's catch
And then
this
we
real
need
quick,
to start using the Mac.
just for fun.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. What's happening?
Just working, enjoying the show. I think it's pretty cool.
So did you hear it good as a listener? Did you hear it really good?
For the majority part, I've been kind of in and away from my phone.
Okay,
so I've been
okay.
back here.
But when you were in there listening, you could clearly hear everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little echo, but it's because the way I had to do the microphone in order to catch them without physically putting a microphone right in front of their face.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there. I might have to get in touch with them.
I tell you, man.
Should I leave my email address?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any information that you want to share, definitely share.
Okay.
As far as them finding you on Facebook. I'm just telling you that usually by this time of the day, we're kind of like feeling it, because we tell people when you do the show, you kind of got that rush. You laugh, your adrenaline kicks in, and then towards the end of the show, it's like you're coming off that adrenaline, and you do feel tired. And right now, I'm like, hey, I mean, I am so relaxed that it's pathetic. And the cool thing is, you got three of us can all three pretty much tell the same story.
Yeah, I'm so relaxed, but in the same breath, I feel like I can get up and
go do something.
I've got the motive. I feel like I've got the energy, the motivation to go
Right.
do whatever it is.
And
I need to do.
I feel no stress. Like usually at the end of the show, I'm thinking of all the things I got to do today.
relaxed.
I don't know. I'm not even thinking about it. That's just cool, man. That's super cool. and you can, and the thing is even if I'm trying to be the person to say this can't be real, even as I say, okay, this, because I'm the guy that watches a magic trick and I try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can still sit here and say, okay, so I know this part, but I know for a fact when the hand moved in, when the first seconds of you stare at your hand, then another second, close your eyes, then another second, envision still staring at your hand, and I'm totally awake, staring. I'm totally awake when I close my eyes. I'm totally awake, still hearing you say that. And when you're saying, imagine the string, I'm thinking, I'm trying to imagine a string, but there's no string. And then I felt it, my hand slapped my face, and then I was in complete relaxation at that point. And I was even shocked when I slapped myself in the face. But it
wasn't a slap.
No, but what I'm saying is, well, I needed people to know that even you said it happened fast. But as my hand touched my face, at that exact moment, I felt my hand touch my face. But then at that exact moment is the same time I started seeing the light.
Yeah.
And I was gone at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still hearing you. So I'm hearing you, but yet I'm gone. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's
pretty cool,
definitely
dude.
trippy. It's definitely a trippy experience. And
Oh, it goes deeper than
It's-
that. That was just like a little introduction.
A little taste.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not on. Hold
Every
on.
night.
Go ahead.
That's actually how you're supposed to sleep every night.
Yeah.
It's him putting you into the REM state
Right.
like that.
See, if I had that kind of
normally it
sleep, I'd be perfect.
Yeah, normally it takes hours just because your body's so active during the day. There's
Right.
so many more distractions during the day. You
Yeah.
can't get to that point.
That's right.
So that's why everybody's all tensed up and
Yeah.
But
So basically, whatever state of mind you want to be in, you can program that in, and it's no problem. You
That
can
is
do
awesome.
Yeah. Do you want my
Yeah, I need to
information?
get.
Yeah, that's what I say. Share your information for anybody who wants to find you.
Okay, my email, I can be reached at headcrown28@gmail.com, HEADCROWN 28@gmail.com. And I'm willing to help whoever needs help,
Get your Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, Facebook, Creative Ink Work. Creative with a K, Kreativ, Ink Work. I can be reached there also.
Man, that's just cool. That I'm just even if you try to be a person that says there's no way. Because look, when I woke up, I'm like, I feel like I just woke up from that. And then I now saw his face when he woke up. And I videoed it. Not only is it on the YouTube, I videoed it because I wanted you to see yourself. I wish Steph would have videoed me. But I don't mean that. Don't. I was just saying I would have liked to have seen it. I know it's on there.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
Perverts. Perverts.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
gotta get in touch with them because I mean, for years I used beer as a crutch.
Yeah.
And then decided that wasn't working out, so I used 151 and became my race car.
Yeah, you and your liquor and smoking.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing I want to quit.
Think of the money that you would save.
Yeah.
And
the time. You have a lot more time.
Back into our lives.
Yeah.
Man,
And-
especially with six girls, man. I like to be around.
Think about my grandmother. My grandmother smoked for 20 years, but it was 20 years before she became an old lady. So meaning that she smoked all through her 30s and 40s. And then when she was 50, she put it down. And then by that time, I was in my teens. So then by the time I watched my grandmother the last 15 years disintegrate from emphysema, then now they label it the other one, OPD,
COPD.
whatever. And I watched my grandmother suffocate because she couldn't breathe.
That's terrible.
And I mean, think of all the people that are suffering from the very same thing, you know. And we can all day long say don't smoke. People are still going to do it. You know, they got to want to not smoke.
Well, the good thing about hypnosis is you don't have the negative side effects like if you took the medicine.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, that Chantix, you go kill people.
Yeah.
Man,
If you don't kill yourself
I was
first.
murdered. I thought it was real. I threw them things away. I didn't want to say the name over air because I know that's like a brand
Right.
somewhere. But man, I took that stuff 3 nights in a row. No, never again.
And I know a girl that did the patch, and she would do the patches in the daytime,
Yeah.
and she'd accidentally go to bed with one on and have crazy dreams all night long. And I thought she was crazy telling me that. I'm like, there's no way. And then we noticed every day she'd come to work, she'd say, I had the patch on last night, and let me tell you this crazy dream. And then she realized I probably don't need to be wearing the patch.
See, I tried the patch, but I
attest
couldn't.
to that.
I couldn't get mine to. I couldn't get it to adhere to my skin.
It made me feel like I had a Charlie horse, like somebody punched me in my shoulder.
Mm.
Wow.
What was you saying, Jeff?
I've done that several times. When I was doing the patch, when my mom passed away, I decided I was going to quit. And quit for about 9 months afterwards and started out doing the patches. And there were several nights that I'd fall asleep with a patch on. I'm telling you, it does give you some pretty wicked dreams.
Well, that's exactly what it is, a patch. You're trying to patch a problem when you can go to the source and fix it there.
Right. Now, how about this? Because I'm going to pick on Jacob for a second. Quit smoking cigarettes does not save money. Pure myth. It's just more money for other bills and gas. LOL.
Car parts.
You're right.
Spend it on something else.
But
Seriously.
the difference is you're wasting money on cigarettes. You have to pay bills. You have to pay gas. And if you think about $3 or $4 or $5 a day, times how many days a week, times how many in a month, so it's just. He said I quit the patch.
It's like you just said. Everybody has their nuances, and a lot of
Right.
it's just routine. A lot of it's just routines you got to break.
Yeah, and the longer you're stuck in a habit, the more work it takes to break that routine.
That's right.
I
That's
hope
right.
I hope
And
someone
that's
gets in
what's
touch
gonna
with me though.
Yeah,
I hope
me
someone
too.
Gets in touch with me because I'd
That's
be
what's
willing
gonna
to
be
help.
so difficult for Bree and I if we want to quit. Keep talking about breaking habits.
Yeah.
Our habits Sunday morning, just for fun radio.
Oh God, don't go there. We're gonna have that better programmed in your brain, so it's not just Sundays.
Yeah.
No, man, that's Sunday. We get up in the morning, throw on a pot of coffee, cut on your station, and we sit there on the back porch listening to your station all day.
And then
And
request
it's easy
songs.
and it's easy for us to smoke a pack and a half, 2 packs while we're sitting there.
Well, there you go. Why don't we drink a little more coffee and less cigarettes?
Yeah, we try.
All right. Well, let me get out of here. We're gonna get on to another. Thanks for calling in.
I got you.
All right.
Have a great weekend, guys.
All right. Bye.
you too.
All right, bye-bye.
And then Jacob, I hear you because he knows I'm laughing about him. So, and Drew says he wants to be hypnotized. Now, that might be on a later date, that might be something to do. So, Let me answer this text message. His voice is relaxing. I found myself fading while listening.
Yeah,
it was very cool.
You know that happens. It happens too. If someone's paying too close attention, they'll end up getting hypnotized right along with the person.
I see. I've wondered how often that has happened elsewhere. I wasn't going to say anything here, but I've wondered how many times somebody's watching their brother, their friend, their spouse, son, daughter, whoever, getting hypnotized, and they're sitting there going,
yeah,
moving the hands or rocking back and forth, doing whatever the hypnotist is telling his client directly in front of him, and then that person ends up going under. I've wondered, is that something that happens more often than not?
Because you got to understand, you're connecting to a universal energy there, and anyone who's focused on that, they're going to be in that energy as well. So say the same thing I told you may work for someone else who's watching at the same time because they're so focused on it. And it's happened to me at my shop before. I'm hypnotizing someone here almost falls out. Someone has to catch him. Whoa, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they were so focused on what I was doing and listening.
Right.
So yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
And look, one of our listeners, Denise, said, I quit. Then I quit quitting.
At least she's
and
honest.
here's Jacob. Yeah, I was noticing myself zoning and it was and was getting hypnotized. And that's the thing, he said I had to look away.
Wow.
Yeah.
That works for him with the strippers too. He just starts getting hypnotized and money starts falling out of his pockets.
Money everywhere.
Well, it doesn't even have to be a stripper, just, female.
Yeah.
So.
All right, y'all. Well, look, we're at 10:02. We're going to wrap this puppy up. Anything else? One more time, plug how people can find you.
Okay. My email, headcrown28@gmail.com. Or you can reach me at Creative Inkwork on Facebook. That's KREATIV, no E on the end. INK work. Creative Inkwork.
All right.
Cool.
Anything else, Steph? I was trying to add something for a second in the explanation of the show, because at least that way we talk about what happened so we can share it.
Yes. Just everyone remember, Monday there will not be a show. We will be doing a event in Loganville at the Legion, where it will be in honor for all the veterans. If you are not busy and you want to come and check it out, it is a very awesome event. We will be there bright and early. I think we're getting there at 6 a.m. But the ride starts at 9:30.
Yes.
Yeah, so come on out. We'll be there with music while the ride's going on. Well, DJ Scotty won't be, but I will be there with music while the ride's going on.
Why do you say that?
Because you'll be in the ride.
Oh.
Remember?
That's right.
You're riding your new motorcycle.
I'm going to try to.
Yeah.
Last year, we tried that, and I picked up
We
a
are
flat.
not jinxing it. We are not jinxing it this year.
This just show you how luck works. So we go flying in these curves and come hit the straightaway, turn on 78, and then that's when we noticed we had a flat. Well, got lucky on that one. So, all right. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in, man. This was awesome.
Yeah.
And then here's another one. I was trying to go along with the quit smoking. I want to quit so bad, and that's from Denise. So that's
we'll
awesome.
Definitely, since he knows how to get here, and like with everyone else, it's an open door policy. So anytime you have some free time on your hands, and just shoot us a message. Hey, it's me. I'm free today. I'm going to stop by and come on.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
All right. Man, this was awesome. I appreciate you coming in.
Scotty?
Yeah,
I need to. I need to get in the car with you and video in it as well as being behind it.
If you'll be able to video.
That's right. The camera will be like,
in the back seat.
all we're going to see is his sun visor. Have to mount that thing to the window.
And here's Scotty somewhere off the camera going,
oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll put my camera holder on the windshield and just let it go.
And hey, he's got a radar gun now, so we can clock it.
Yeah, I do. I do have a radar gun now.
Well, how fast does it go?
I don't know yet.
Well, you want to go test it?
Well, give me a couple of days and let one of the light bulbs. I know it will only go up to 99 because it only has the 2 bulbs.
Wow.
So there goes that idea. But what we can do with a stock watch is clock how fast you can get from this to this. So, we can at least figure that kind of stuff out.
hey guys,
Sir?
Real smart broadcasting on air that you're going to go test out your radar gun, see how high you can.
We'll be on private property. We'll be on private property.
I gotta see at a safe location.
You got sheriff's deputy friends, remember?
That's right, and they're listening too.
We're going to the drag strip. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying maybe that should be specified.
Yes. Make sure we clarify. We will be on private property.
Yes.
I mean, the last thing we want to do is
in a different county.
The last thing we want to do is see this Mustang going down Underwood Road doing 112.
Yeah,
especially.
Well, we already know that.
That'd be second gear, third gear.
I mean, especially since there's been so many videos of speeders posted on this road already.
I know, right? Wow. Just punk a brother out right here in front of everybody.
Was it you that made the videos?
No. I'm just saying. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We will see y'all on the flip side. Everybody have a great day.